Hi!
Hello, folks.
Welcome!
Welcome and bienvenue.
Welcome to Eggnog Night.
Whoops, I turned that on.
Oh, wait, no.
I turned that on. Turn that
Bert,
off.
don't touch this.
I was
YouTube is here now.
trying to get the audio down because I knew we got
Hi,
3
everyone!
minutes.
There we are.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Go find you on Facebook.
Gotta go find you.
All right.
Oh, you're in there somewhere.
I gotta go find you.
Yeah, it's always 12
There
steps.
we are.
12 steps to heaven.
2 people watching already. Hi.
Awesome. No comments. Feel free to leave comments. That's how we know you're here.
Oh, they will. Oh God, the closed captions are on.
Oh, for Pete's sake, as if. As if. Ah,
all right.
sounds like Glendora's room. Well, folks.
How do you get rid of this?
Another 8 o'clock. Click away.
Wait, that. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you.
Click away.
Get rid of that, please. Thank you.
Background
Hi.
opacity. Background color. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
It's all
Okay, he got rid of it.
Good. Goodbye.
Hello.
Hello to you. Goodbye to that.
Hello, Lisa, and hello, Lisa. We've got 2
Lisa,
Lisas
Lisa.
watching. Good to see you both.
Wow, Lisa,
Yay.
Lisa brings right back to the 80s. Check it
Oh,
out.
jeez. You did not say that so early in the broadcast.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Stirring up the memories. You know, these days you just do that at the supermarket like we do. Oh, man.
I'm not even going to say what I heard.
I'm not going to say what I saw at the supermarket.
It was so execrable.
No. It was
Hi,
in your,
Wesley.
It was in your
Good to
crawl
see
for
you.
a while. It was really, really bad.
So, who likes eggnog?
Anybody? This is the Eggnog episode.
Oh, Lisa's there on YouTube too.
Hello.
Yay.
Hey.
Hello.
Dueling Lisa.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, eggnog. Hi, Brent, and hi, Julie. Good to see both of you.
Awesome.
Yay.
Eggnog Wednesday.
Happy Eggnog Wednesday. Oh,
Ooh.
we have some
Man.
ringers for
Made it to Wednesday.
We have some weird ones.
Some interesting things.
Yeah.
Some real head scratchers. Some real something else scratchers too. I tell you. Like, what the? Who
Hi, Mom.
the- it's interesting what people will throw into a sort of nog
Oh, Lisa
formula.
loves eggnog.
Yeah. And you know the thing about eggnog is if you take a look at it.
Hi, Clinton. Good to see
A
you.
book like a classic cookbook like McCall's or Better Homes and Gardens, kind of one of those big encyclopedic cookbooks from the 60s with all the big garish color photos. And you can turn to the beverage section, you can find like 12 different eggnogs. They're all kind of the same.
Pardon me. Hello,
Yes.
Errol, and hello, Bill.
Hello.
I gotta catch up. Okay.
Well,
All right.
we'll get there. Then you'll come to drink books like Esquire, the one from the 50s, and it's the same thing. There's a whole bunch of eggnogs. This one's Baltimore eggnog. This is Virginia eggnog. New England eggnog. I'm like, it's actually cream,
We might make
and
some of
eggs,
those.
and sugar, and booze in slightly different proportions. I don't think anyone's going to refuse any of those. Just saying, you know. The whole idea that, like, this is the kind of eggnog they make in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do they put in it, you know? I think the distinguishing feature of that was branding. A lot of branding going on there. So for whatever reason, you know.
Well, we have some brandy. Oh, Bill, thank you. Bill says, hope you are staying warm. Yeah, we are. We are. I mean, this house is freezing. My hands are like ice right now, but
turn the heat up.
but it's not too bad. Oh, okay,
It's
good. We got
okay.
some eggnog fans.
But okay, we've had some really unusual weather patterns. This past Monday it was that I met you in Big City, and I had this light jacket I didn't really need.
Oh,
It
thank
was
you,
just amazing.
Lisa.
It's great. I was like, this is it. This is the
Oh,
absolute
it was pushing
tail
like
end of this.
80. On Monday, it was pushing like 80 degrees.
Yeah.
It's more like in the 50s now.
You know, Tuesday it was kind of pushing 40 when I left here. It's really been like that. You really got to kind of balance it. Oh, hello.
You want to say hi?
I'm not sure who, but yeah, hi to I believe. Let me see if I'm pronouncing this right. Hello, Signs. I hope I'm good with that. And if not, then let me know. Yeah, because you're all welcome here. Eggnog is the theme of and we are doing the real thing. You know, obviously you can just go to your supermarket and find something that says Hood, and it's very particular kind of yellow. I think they put color in it.
We even brought out the eggnog mugs.
And it's all pasteurized and everything, and it's all kind of perfect. And you pour it in, and you throw in some booze if you want, and away you go. Done. Now, we've gotten very fond of making eggnog out of eggs, milk, cream, that kind of thing. It's not a lot of work. At a party, you make it by the dozen eggs, so it's just like a lot of it. And people love it. People love it because it's just so fresh and ready to go. And cannot be beat.
We're starting with a less fresh recipe this evening.
Potentially a less fresh recipe. So anyway, would you like to start us up?
Yes, I would.
With something simple when you look at the...
Well, we'll get fresher as the evening progresses, but we're starting with a recipe that's not so fresh.
The formula itself is fairly moronic, but then you look at it again and you're like, well, actually...
Hi, Kalaka boy.
This basically has everything to put into eggnog, so I see the point.
Lisa was freezing today. I was like, oh, hi, Elizabeth. Just saw you there. Yay. And Eric, hello.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's so cold in this house. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait for the summer.
So, instant eggnog, this one is called. And the recipe is adapted. I say adapted because it makes a giant bowl.
Yeah.
From
scaled down.
The Bartender's Guide, 1940. 1940. This is the one that we often... hold up and say it's by the other Patrick Duffy because it's by Patrick Gavin Duffy.
A notable bartender from like about the 1880s, I think, until well into the 20th century. I don't know exactly
Alan and Elizabeth.
He left us, but he had a long career and he's got things to say, and his book is pretty good.
He's kind of opinionated, actually.
Yeah, he's not as opinionated as the lawyer.
David Embry.
David Embry.
Yeah.
Who really has a very entertaining book, and I recommend it. It is commanding some high prices, although I think there's a reprint on it. Don't pay big bucks for that book. Ours was cheap.
Okay.
But it's a pretty fun book, and if he is so opinionated, when he talks about the correct proportions for something like a sidecar, he's right, though. He's right. So I'm okay with that.
So I'm going to make this sleazy eggnog from 1940.
Simplified.
And then Paul is going to, or cheating might be a better word. And then Paul is going to make one that's a bit fresher. So, without further ado,
you're going to need some dark
eggnog.
rum.
I have it. I just need. I got that. I need a scoop of ice cream.
We have that too.
Okay, and I'm going to get a spoon.
So an eggnog that starts with a scoop of ice cream, it's a shake. Well, what's in the ice cream? The ice cream has milk, cream, sugar, eggs. Exactly what you were about to put into, exactly what I'm about to put into an eggnog and make fresh. So really, throw it in there, let everything get like a little melty, and you're done.
Oh, wow, $50. I don't think I've ever bought a $50 book.
Yeah.
Okay, so one scoop of vanilla ice cream.
I can admit that I have paid that much for an LP record, although it was a 2 LP set, so maybe it was more like
we're going to have a tasting too, but we're going to do it. We'll do it after you get your eggnog.
You using the wild turkey or using the dark rum?
I need both.
Oh, this is true. This is a bourbon drink. Absolutely.
I'm trying to find the zip strip. Can you get this off, please?
I'll be glad to.
I can't. I don't have
I really should be wearing a knife so that I can do this sort of thing, because this can be a bit of a trick if there's not a thing to zip. There we go.
1 scoop
of
the nuts. Vanilla ice cream.
There are the nuts. Boom, 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 boom.
1.5 ounces. I decided on 1.5 ounces of bourbon because
that seemed like a good
the recipe calls for 2 bottles of bourbon.
Boing! No, it makes this is eggnog for 24 or something. So okay, fine.
But still,
2 bottles. Well, and
2 bottles for 24. I was about to pour it in the bowl.
That's not going to do you.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 bottles. They in that period of time would be talking a fifth, like 2/5.
And
a fifth corresponds to a 7/5.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
All right, so I'm going to stir that up, but we're not done.
But you're not. But wait, there's more.
It also calls for a splash of dark Jamaican rum.
Do we enjoy the Knudsen? I don't know that we've had that.
Oh, I remember that from the West. Yes.
Knudsen. You do remember Knudsen.
I do remember that.
Okay.
Knudsen.
I believe you're done with this.
I didn't put the cork back in the... Yes, Knudsen. It wasn't Knudsen, it was Knudsen.
Knudsen? I have no idea how to pronounce it.
I remember that, yes.
Can't tell you. We have something... okay. There was that. There was also a product that you can get in Eastern markets and perhaps all over the States. Was like pre-mixed New England eggnog. It's in a bottle like this. It's got the booze in it, and you're ready to go. I've never tried that. It looks fascinating, frankly. Looks like a lot of fun.
I fixed myself a chocolate shake spiked with rum. That sounds good.
You mean a mudslide? There you go. Well,
oh my gosh.
We happen to enjoy something called a bushwhacker when we're in Mexico, and it is very, very hot. And this thing is very, very
Sylvia.
cold. So I'm going to call that good.
Yes,
stir.
All right, I'm stirring it until the ice cream melts.
Yep. Vanilla, and this was, I think, was this advertising itself as French vanilla? Maybe just vanilla.
The ice cream itself?
Yeah.
This is vanilla bean.
Vanilla bean. Okay, so if they throw in a lot of natural flavor in there, that's a good thing.
I checked to make sure it didn't have any spurious ingredients when I bought it today. All right, good. So, you know what?
Stir.
There's more room in here. I feel like you could double this recipe.
Oh, how about that?
Wow, that's boozy. Okay.
A little heavy,
and then,
good way to go. Good thing there's some cream there to slow it down.
I'm going to sprinkle some nutmeg on it. So
it's good ice cream. Last week we were making ice cream.
Look at that.
I don't think I've ever actually made a vanilla ice cream, but it would be fantastically simple to do, provided you had some really good vanilla. We have some excellent vanilla extract that I would use, and if I felt like it, I would boil a bean and scrape the seeds, all that sort of stuff you're supposed to do. But vanilla beans are very dear, so that would be a bit of a rarity.
It's so boozy.
Maybe,
I'm not complaining.
Do you want that other scoop?
No, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
That's a convincing eggnog.
Oh, it's good. Yes.
Yeah,
you know, he was onto something.
Perhaps half that amount of liquor would have been okay for that size mug.
I'm not complaining.
But he was onto something.
I will happily.
The ingredients in ice cream are basically the ingredients in eggnog. It's just frozen. And of course, you've seen frozen eggnog certain places. I think who serves that? Does Serendipity serve that? I know they have the frozen hot chocolate.
Oh, that's so good.
Which is just awesome. That's fantastic. I bet they do a frozen dog too.
Oh, Eric says, I can tell winter's coming because I can see the birds doing that circular flock behavior.
Oh, funny. I can tell it's getting much colder because I'm seeing more crows.
Mm-hmm.
We get them, and we get like circa January. It's like the crows come back to Capistrano, and they're just perched out there waiting.
Yes.
Waiting.
Kalaka Boy's asking, could you make eggnog ice cream? Yes, I've had it. Have you made it?
I don't think we have.
I've had eggnog ice cream.
That we have ever made eggnog ice cream. I'm not sure.
It's really good.
We of course on air made pumpkin last week.
Hi Donna, good to see you.
Slightly unusual flavor for your supermarket, although I bet more markets carry it these days. But extremely easy to make with your ice cream freezer.
So,
if you like ice cream,
this is easy and good.
If you like ice cream and you would like more unusual flavors, get a maker. You know, they're not very much money. They're very simple to use, and you basically can't go wrong. You know, use the correct amount of salt and ice in one of these things, and in 20 minutes you've got ice cream. You know.
So, do you want to make yourself some eggnog before we sample?
Shall
booze?
we? That sounds like an excellent idea.
We have an exciting new bottle to sample this evening.
Here's something that I whipped up some years ago for a broadcast, and is always a good thing. I'm going to use a shaker.
Okay.
And
so
this will probably do the job very nicely. How about a red shaker? You know, red, Santa. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So this one is called Santa's Nog.
Santa's Nog. It's a classic. Damn it, I do need ice cubes. I didn't think we needed ice. I'll be right back.
You don't put ice in an eggnog. Actually, you know what? We're going to probably need it for the other one. I have one that's a blender nog, too. All right, we need ice.
Okay.
Oh, Donna's asking, what is that Be Our Guest record? This is a bunch of different artists. On GNP is the label. Yeah, it's just a bunch of different artists. Jack Costanzo.
Mm-hmm. Pretty well-known Latin guy.
Wild Bill Davis.
Organ guy, I think. GNP was Gene Norman Presents. He was West Coast jazz entrepreneur. He owned a club called the Crescendo.
It's a lot of jazz artists.
After a few years, he actually renamed the label GNP Crescendo. But the club was the Crescendo.
Nog. That sounds good.
GNP, you'll find a lot of artists like that, like real mid-tempo Latin jazz people. And then you'll also happen to find he signed a couple of rock acts, including the Seeds. The Seeds, for Pete's sake. Yeah. Anyway.
Eggnog milkshake sounds good, Elizabeth. That sounds amazing. You forgot about ice cubes thinking about Santa's Nog. Not good, Paul.
I didn't think it was all eggnogs today. You know, you mix them up, you're done. But then I'm like, you shake this one. You need to shake this one up. Unless I also use the shake machine, which would have been fine. But
this
anyway.
is going to be completely gone by the time he.
So this is what, 3 ounces?
3 ounces milk.
Okay, how much of the cream?
2 ounces cream.
2 ounces of cream. I'm using half and half.
Our store was out of cream.
Our store was completely out of cream. Don't Don't even ask. I have no idea. I have no idea. Also, wasn't it out of like all the meat section had nothing? It was just like gone.
The meat section was literally empty. And this is ShopRite. Apparently they had a refrigerator issue.
Yeah.
Like,
so I guess.
I'm just like looking at it. I was like, oh, there's nothing in that. Wait a minute. There's nothing in this store. Like, yeah. Anyway.
2 ounces of cream. I need
1 egg.
I'm going for the rest of hers. I need 2 ounces.
You didn't bring the maple syrup.
Brandy. Oh shoot! Grab me the brandy.
I have the brandy right here. You want me to put it in?
If you, no, I'll take care of that. Do you want to grab the maple syrup?
Why not?
Why not?
I'll be back.
I will proceed with, So what is that thing you forgot? I had so many things set up tonight. But heck, it's quick. 2 ounces of brandy. I'm doing this now because I've got the measuring lines here. So it makes my life a little easier, right? Okay, and we also need the maple syrup, the egg, and I say ½ ounce of vanilla extract. Sounds like a lot, but
the maple syrup is sticky, by the way.
I could make that happen, I'm sure.
By the way.
Maybe I wanted a lot of vanilla flavor. This is actually very
this is gonna be huge.
Good vanilla from Mexico that we use. It's really nice, and it's genuine flavor. Okay.
I might want that other scoop of ice cream after all.
Maybe you do. I noticed that. It went blorp.
I'm glad you didn't lick it.
I'm not going to lick my my little noise-making device.
Hi, Casey. Good to see you.
Hey, what's happening? Hello. All right.
Okay, hold
Instructions, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
2 tablespoons.
Tablespoons. Okay, I've got something here that looks like a table. You know what? I'm just going to estimate. Tablespoon, blop, blop.
I bought teaspoons.
There you go.
Oh, and
Perfectly fine.
apparently I need to add maple syrup to the shopping
Getting
list.
kind of low. Well, you know what?
Back to ShopRite.
Okay, recommended ingredient, actual maple syrup. Don't use Mrs. Butterworth in this. It's not going to work.
It's not the same.
It is not the same product.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen in the maple syrup? Hi, Carradine. Good to see you. Yeah, the maple syrup aisle at the supermarket has this blue syrup that's like Captain Crunch's pancake syrup.
Pancake syrup.
Blue.
It's fairly horrifying. Okay, so decent.
Such an atrocity.
Sorry about that.
Oh god.
Figure that part out.
Hi, Gettysburg, ma'am.
And one egg.
Good to see you.
One whole egg. So what we're going to do is just crack that right in there. And there we go. This is a fresh egg. If you're thinking, I would never do that, you could always use a coddled egg. You could always get a, I'm done with that. You could always use, I'm going to pop this right here. You can get pasteurized eggs, and you can get the...
Thank you, Carradine.
The egg in the carton that's all been like cracked and taken care of. And there's egg sub and stuff like that. All that will work. Could you make this vegan?
Fruity Pebble syrup? Oh my god. Maybe they're just doing all the cereals. Maybe they're just doing all the cereals.
You're doing a lot of subs if you try to veganize this thing. So good luck.
Oh, Lisa says my mom put in honey at times. Got it.
There we go. Now, all this mess just goes together. This
is kind of morbidly fascinating.
It's like a health shake, doesn't it? It's a big thing, too.
The egg makes it a health shake.
And the ice is really just to break up that egg. Stay hard for a while.
We made a lot. Maybe I'll have some of yours.
Maybe you will.
This is almost gone.
Let's pour you one.
All right.
Okay, that sounds good. You just want to emulsify all of those ingredients, all the creamy stuff. You really do have to shake hard, and that egg, you got to break it up, break it down, put it all together, and it's going to look exactly like what it is, eggnog. So,
Casey says, if Paul hadn't been educating me on the Who charting and reminded me, I might have forgotten.
It's a good thing we were talking, right?
Exactly.
We were just looking up things like, where did these guys hit the charts around 1965? Pretty low, but they did. They hit national charts. It was amazing.
Stuff? Spray.
I have spray right here.
Maple syrup is super sticky.
Oh, it is fantastically. Right. Yeah, here. This guy too.
Thank you.
You are done?
Almost.
Almost, okay. We will pour you a second, and we'll take care of this. And that just looks like eggnog.
Oh, Carradine likes your shirt.
Why, thank you.
It's like, it's got a musical theme.
Yeah, I went for this one because it coordinates with yours. I don't have one with funny, fun brown leaves on it. And I thought, like, you know, the sacks, that's kind of perfect. That's kind of great. And I don't think I've ever worn this one on air
Carradine
before.
says, my son adores eggnog. As soon as it's in the stores, he wants me to buy it. I'm kind of like that, too.
Ooh, this is a nice flavor. That vanilla hit is very prominent.
Oh, wait,
I'm going to point one.
Oh, you didn't? Yes. Gettysburg Ma'am, it is. And we have the bowl, too, but we're not making a bowl of eggnog tonight, so.
I could make 5 bowls of eggnog, and then next week I'm on the Pritikin diet or something. I mean, it's just, that's craziness.
The Pritikin diet. I haven't heard the Pritikin diet in like 25 years.
Yeah, talk about dating yourself. The Atkins diet, you know?
Pritikin diet. Or the Atkins diet, for that matter.
You really want to date yourself? When I was young, there was the Scarsdale diet. I think all these diets are exactly the same, by the way. That one was famous because of the whole romantic entanglements of the guy who came up with the diet.
Oh, yeah, that's, yeah, you can make it ahead of time for sure. Yeah, Karen's talking about making it ahead. I don't know how long, I mean, I wouldn't do it too far ahead, but you can definitely bottle it or refrigerate it.
I've seen a couple of opinions on that, and one of them is like if you're making an eggnog that is heavily fortified with booze, it's going to have some shelf life. And you can bear that in mind. Come on, please. Drop it right.
Thank you.
Right. Here we go. Pour you one. There you go.
So does anyone remember?
A little cinnamon.
I love the Bob Newhart show. Does anyone remember the Christmas episode where Bob's mother gave him a recipe for eggnog that had root beer instead of booze? And they're all like, ugh. And then Jerry came in and tasted it. And he said, and they told him it had root beer instead of booze. And he says, I thought it tasted strangely non-alcoholic and horrible. Ooh, okay.
And then Howard comes in and he has one of these things and he's just like, whoa!
Clackaboy. Okay, Clackaboy over on Facebook. Gettysburg Ma'am says a local ice creamery just released their homemade eggnog ice cream.
Hello! There we go. Eggnog ice cream.
I love Newhart so much. I love that. Yeah. He's so good. I mean, they all are. That whole ensemble.
That ensemble is excellent.
Amazing.
Truly.
Yeah, this one is slightly less boozy than the other one, which is probably for the best.
Well, it's got 2 ounces of liquor for this entire container, which was a rather large container. This is probably about a 10-ounce pour to begin with. You split that between 2, and per head, you're only getting about an ounce of liquor in the base. So it's kind of a light thing. You can have a few of these and say, okay, you know, we're finally getting there. But it's not going to schnocker you like right off the bat. So it's a fun thing. It's quite light. A lot of eggnogs taste very heavy because they're thickened with things. And, you know, a real classic eggnog would have just a ton of eggs. Just like a lot and heavy cream and like whole milk. And it's just, you know. But it's a cold weather drink that's supposed to like keep your fires burning.
Oh,
you know.
Lisa's talking about her husband's coworkers giving them a vat of eggnog every year. And I'm thinking, and Karen saying, I would like a vat of eggnog more than a frozen turkey. Right.
At this point, you know, at this point, we have a surplus of them because we keep earning them at the supermarket. Ooh. We get the free turkey. And we just managed to get ahead on that curve. There was like a Thanksgiving that we didn't do here. And we basically had a spare turkey, you know, for 2 years running in the big freezer down there. It's just sitting there frozen. And it'll sit there frozen until you make it. It's not like there's a real shelf life on that. You know, you want to make it before long, but it's not like it goes bad or anything. It's frozen.
Yeah, he's pretty. He's talking about Bob Newhart. He's pretty up there now in age. But I have never made boiled custard. Have you?
Never.
No.
Never done a boiled custard.
Sounds good. What's not to like?
When you think we were name checking French vanilla ice cream earlier, I think the real trick there is that a French style will use no milk. I think it's all heavy cream.
We're going to have 2 spare turkeys, Casey.
It's a lot of eggs, and you cook it. You cook it down so it has more of a custard consistency, and then you freeze that. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Gettysburg Ma'am says, I'm so ready. Got the holidays. Okay. Well, another
Blow
blow
mold
mold
Santa.
Santa. Good
Awesome.
for you. All right.
Woo.
We love a blow mold Santa.
I hope you got a good price. I can certainly say that our entire collection was a very good price.
Do you recommend a spiked eggnog? You mean like a pre-bottled one?
Premix? There's one from, didn't we have the one that's like
yes, two spare
Jack Daniel's nog or Jim Beam nog? There was one that I think we tried. Somebody brought one to one of our parties.
Yeah.
And I forget what brand of liquor it was.
It was like, I think it was that like oldie New England. I'm trying to find.
And I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I'm having a spiked eggnog right now. It's awfully good.
I'm looking for, because there's one I want to try that
it's not released yet.
It's not
in your.
I don't think it's released yet. No. Eggo. Yeah, that Eggo is doing a Appalachian Sippin' Cream eggnog this year, and it comes in a mason jar because moonshine.
Yeah, I was about to say Appalachia means what? It's 160 proof. Woo, daddy!
But I'm trying to see, like, if you can see. I don't know if it's out yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's not available in our area.
Oh my god!
And I'm not sure it's available in any area right now. I mean, we got good pictures of it here, but I don't think it's gotten good distribution yet. I think
it's set around Thanksgiving.
Slightly ahead of that curve. Like weeks, this stuff should be hitting your market, so check for it.
All of these say where to buy, and I'm like, Oh wait, buy online.
Verify your age. Are you 21?
Yes.
No, I'm not 21.
Limited time. $10 off today only. Save on your first order. Oh, I'll give them my email address because I have an email address just for things like this. What?
Mm-hmm.
What are you whispering at me?
I'm not whispering at you. So yeah, that's kind of fun.
Yes, I'm over 21. Wait, you can order it.
Wow, it's available.
Oh wait, notify me when available.
Okay.
I'll give you my email address. Notify me when available.
Yeah, check it out. Check it, folks.
Notify me when available.
Back in stock.
Oh, I guess I already registered.
You're done.
All right.
I got you good.
Oh my God, you can get the jar engraved.
You can engrave the jar to your favorite, etc., etc. The jar looks like it's got a plastic wrap, like a lot of bottles do these days.
$3 getting for ma'am. That's great.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Oh,
that's
wow.
wonderful.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, Lisa's mother made a really good homemade custard. Oh, and Carradine, they have a place where they can get. Okay, that's awesome.
Frozen custard of ice cream. It tends to be called mouthfeel. That's a texture thing.
Which Twilight Zone was Bob Newhart on?
Bob Newhart on the Twilight Zone? I know all the Twilight Zones. He's not on his own.
Oh, I thought he was. I don't know. It's just
who says?
Eric. I thought I saw it. Maybe it's someone else. Maybe he met someone else. Anyway, whatever.
Not Newhart. No, he was not. There's
$3. That's incredible.
Everybody else and his brother appeared on the Zone at the time, but he did not. So we got to think about who you're thinking of. Interesting.
I know. What was the episode?
Yeah, if you can remember the context, we might be able to nail down who it was.
Oh.
I mean, you got people like Theodore Bickel who appeared on episodes. He's got a pretty good episode, too. He plays a real jerk.
We have a Rita's that we can walk to. Yes. I believe it's for sale, but someone will buy it.
It's still viable. I mean, they do better.
Yeah, we do have a Rita's that we can walk to.
Rita's does frozen custard. And they'll do like that half frozen custard ice thing. I've never tried that. You know, it sounds interesting.
I haven't either.
But the only time I was there, like buying, a couple times we've been by, they had like a mango flavor that was just ice that was outrageously good. It was really, really great. And it was a hot day, and I was like, this is the best thing. So I will recommend Rita's. They're fun. We know some people who used to throw a shot in there, and it's like if you want to make an El Corrida, then you go to town.
Oh, I've heard of Culver's. Never been, but Culver's. Yeah, I've heard of Culver's.
Dig it. What's back on Facebook? Yes. So yeah, in terms of the answer to like spiked eggnog, we assume you mean like a premix ready to go. We tried the one. I thought it was pretty good. I cannot speak to any others. I think I saw a survey online where somebody was trying all of the available nogs, and he was pretty pithy. You could probably find some YouTube reviews on that if you trust such things. I say if you're going to do it, do what I just did and shake up your own nog fresh and throw in the amount of booze you want. Easy peasy, not a big deal.
Or when we get the Eggo, we'll have to do a review.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try it live.
We'll check this sort of thing out. The online pictures of the Eggo say,
oh yeah,
meant to
yeah.
with
Casey said yes, pre-mixed. Yes. Yeah. Oh, the Twilight Zone with Shatner. Oh yeah, I love that one too.
There are 2 Shatner episodes. The one you're thinking of is called Nightmare at 33,000 feet. I think it's 33,000.
Oh, that's so
funny.
funny.
Might be 23,000.
Because I'm thinking of the one in the diner.
Yeah, there's the one in the diner with a little fortune telling robot thing, coin machine, and that one's pretty fascinating too. And I think is it Phyllis Kirk who's co-starring with him in that one, something like that. And the one with the airplane, apparently that came about because I read the book years ago. 30 years ago, I read this book. Because the production company, which was Cayuga Productions, was offered an airplane mock-up. It was like a demonstrator airplane, and they said, "Would you like to use this?" And they said, "Sure." Write an episode about it. And apparently,
the diner.
To do this properly in the studio, they have this huge studio that like a big wing that they could use, and they suspended over a tank so they get all the rain going. And they said it was horrendously noisy because everyone was walking. It was like clank, clank, clank. Yeah. So they had to work on baffling all that stuff. It was a difficult episode, but
Alfred Hitchcock. It worked very well. How to Get Rid of Your Wife. I think I've seen that one. Yes.
Oh wow! There we go. Yeah. I'm glad to know about that because that was one of the other shows around at the time that in a sort of similar vein. Hitchcock ran for like 10 years. I think there's a lot of fun episodes of Hitchcock Hour.
I feel like Hitchcock was just more like instead of being like supernatural or what am I thinking of? Like what's the word I'm thinking of? Like unexplained. Like rather than unexplained, it's more like just
strange.
People are horrible and kill each other.
A little more in the way of pedestrian murder going on in those
just
things.
A lot more murder on Hitchcock.
We've got less supernatural happening here and more in the way of murder, strangulation, garroting, plain regular death. So you gotta love the fact that he actually appeared as the host, which I think was a big inspiration for Serling.
Suspense, yes, thank you.
Serling to appear introducing the episodes of Twilight Zone.
But I love the ones where people are just horrible. I love true crime.
Oh, jeez.
Psychological thriller, I like that too.
Exactly, I find
that was Casey. It was one where he walked into the profile.
Exactly.
Yep.
He matches his caricature there, and he walks in, he tells you about things. And he always had really acid things to say about the sponsors, which is hilarious. So, we need to take a minute to pause for a very disreputable gentleman, our sponsor. Boom, and then they go to that. But I haven't seen as many of those as the real classic ones. You want to watch an episode like Lamb to the Slaughter around Thanksgiving. That's just a classic of the genre.
I think this might have been back when we had cable, or maybe not, I don't know, but one of the channels, might have been a streamer, was just showing it. And I just remember like doing a marathon of Alfred Hitchcock while decorating the house for Christmas. You talk about like the juxtaposition.
That's fantastic.
It was hilarious.
We just had a Hitchcock record on the wall 2 weeks ago for the Halloween
Edge
episode
of Your
that you saw.
Seat Madness. I like that.
And that was a kid's record on Golden Records, but there was also an album, I think it's on Imperial, called Music to Get Murdered By. And he's there with a hatchet and a pistol on the cover. And I really would love a copy of this record. It never appears for a really reasonable price.
I have a collection of music to do things by records.
So that's just kind of perfect. If I mean, a nice stereo copy of that, I'd be happy. We can look around. I have patience too. When you've worked in a store that sells these things, you think, I've seen it and I'll see it again. It will turn up.
Yep.
I remember really wanting a nice, clean, original copy of the soundtrack to Touch of Evil. And it waltzed into the store. Not a cheap record. Got it for a good price, and still have it, still play it. Fantastic Mancini score. Great film.
Oh, Christmas Killers. Yeah, there's like a whole genre of like Christmas horror films.
Oh yeah. Some of it is like really ugly, but some of it is just kind of goofy. So.
Oh my gosh, Gettysburg Ma'am, I love it.
Oh, excellent.
She says my friend's giving this year is wild turkey themed. All the drinks will be made with it.
There you go.
And now I had to have the wild turkey on display because
for the season you gotta have the turkey. I'm just saying, Seriously.
I love it.
We literally have 2 different styles of wild turkey over there, by the way.
Yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh, yeah.
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 There's a whole bunch.
Pretty ugly kind of
Isn't
stuff.
there one called Black Christmas or something? Like,
I think so. There's like, when you get recommendations on one of these movie channels, suddenly you're seeing all of these things about evil Santa, and you think, oh, man. Jeez.
I wasn't sure if there was going to be an exam, Errol. We should have an exam.
Well, we're not talking about evil Santa movies. We're kind of talking about some of the...
No, he was talking about Night Stalker.
Oh, Night Stalker, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we actually kind of binged a bunch of those, too. Hadn't seen them in a while. And I got to say, they are fun. Mm-hmm. They're just a lot of fun.
I love him.
The clear progenitor, does that even, not even a word, progenitor to such series as the X-Files, I think heavily cribbed from that concept. And, I remember seeing some of those. I remember seeing some of those early on and thinking, this show's kind of dumb. But then it improved and got really fun. Really pretty fun. So, you want to start? Shall we?
I will let you brought this home yesterday, so I will let you introduce
Let's introduce this kind of product. So I happen to know a distributor who used to do a lot of beer sales, but now is moving into liquor and rides the train with me. And he was mentioning that he's doing liquor now. I'm like, really? And he said, you still do the show? I said, yeah. He says, all right, get your bottle. So he got me a bottle. So here we go. This is kind of like, this is the demonstrator size bottle. I think it's a 375 of the Fighting 69 Regiment, Irish whiskeys. Fighting 69, an actual regiment, has fought in like all major conflicts since the big Civil War.
There's a card here.
They even they listing at the back of Gettysburg, Appomattox, Champagne, Marne, Okinawa, Desert Storm, Rocky Freedom, Afghanistan. These guys are for real. They have an armory on 24th Street in Manhattan, and they decided to get into the whiskey business. Okay. So they got a manufacturer to blend it up, and they're bottling the Fighting 69.
So we have
So here's the big promo.
The card here has recipes for the Fighting 69
Irish Mule.
Irish Mule. I don't have my glasses.
Irish coffee, of course. Yeah, that's an excellent deploy. Irish lemonade, that looks like a real standard, like whiskey lemonade kind of formula. Looks good. And the Irish Manhattan, well, there you go. Whiskey, Manhattan. Irish works very well in Manhattan. So,
Gettysburg Mam's asking, do we have any drinks with wild turkey? We do. Yes.
Let's find you something.
Yes.
We have done such things.
Yes.
For sure. So I'm going to crack this baby for the first time, and we'll give this a whirl. We do still have Irish whiskey otherwise on hand, but it grows very low. So we'll give this a whirl, and I tell you, I'm going to wager that this is a really nice flavor, and I would just go buy a big bottle.
Well,
let's give this a whirl.
I have no doubt. Okay, I do have one for you. Hold on. I'll send it to you. I'll message it to you. Thank you.
I will do the same. I'll do it. Speaking of Hamilton, hello.
Oh, wow, that's really smooth. I don't really smell anything.
And a nice aroma.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, really kind of subtle. And, don't knock it.
Fighting 69th Regiment. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's a little light, but it's 80 proof. Which makes it a little sneaky. It's like, wow, that's really smooth. Boom.
Oh, my God. That is so smooth.
Watch it.
That is so smooth. And I'm not just saying it because it was free.
Nice.
It's really good.
Nice flavor. And you know, it develops.
This is really good.
It's like this. It's kind of a subtle flavor going down. Bang.
Oh, yes. Irish coffee.
Get a little bit of that burn, and then you're like, wait a minute. There's more flavor going on there.
This is
good
stuff. Thanks, Dave.
69s did well. Yeah, that's my trained buddy Dave, who has been doing this sort of thing for some years. So, once again, big promo, Fighting 69. Check your local stores for it. If they don't carry it, ask them. Ask them.
That's right.
I'm sure they can be ordered. This is actually attached. And I believe that the full-size bottles, when you buy them, that some of the proceeds go towards Veterans Affairs. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it says
that's nice.
Part of what you're buying will actually, go right back to the vets. And
Irish coffee,
awesome.
Light on the coffee.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Exactly.
But I like the label. This is really cool. This is imported by Indigo Wine and Spirits in Jupiter, Florida, it says. Well,
okay.
we've got a local
Well, it's
distributor
good.
here
It's really
working
good.
it. This is a nice stuff. I want to check the proof on this to make sure it is what I think it is. It's 80 proof, so it's a standard.
Well, that's a good sipper.
It's a really great sipper. If you would just want a glass
You
of
don't
that,
have to.
maybe a cube.
You don't have to put anything in it to make it drinkable.
Oh, wait a minute. That's yours. I got mine. Here we go.
Mine was already empty, so.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get anything out of it.
That was delicious. Is it like proper 12? I don't know if I've had that. Have you?
No, I can't
I
actually.
haven't had it.
Can't speak to that. But I will tell you, it's pretty proper to me, and I'm going to have a little more of it.
I love Frangelico, Eric. That's
nice
a
stuff.
good one.
Would you like a little more? Twist my arm, she says. Creak. There we go.
Just a little. Just a little.
Just a touch, yeah. We're not doing shots here. This is not that kind of show. But we'll definitely do a sip and then repeat it. The sip and repeat.
Before we get into the really weird eggnogs.
We'll do this right here. Fighting 69.
We do have.
Check this out. This is a promo bottle. Did get this from the distributor. So this is a essentially a paid endorsement, announcing that for the sake of the powers that be at the Federal Trade Commission, Federal Communications Commission, whoever wants to be interested in such things.
Oh, proper 12 is smooth. You'll love it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, this is super smooth. There's no nasties on this stuff at all. This is like wow. Wow. There are certain things out there that are calling themselves Irish whiskey that you say, your big brands that have been around for a long time, no issues whatsoever. I've always enjoyed both Bushmill and Jameson. This is another contender, and it's really nice. These days, there are many, many more Irish out there. Used to be just the big two names, and now there's a lot of different things popping up out there. So that's where these guys fit in, and they've got a nice blend. So
Gettysburg Ma'am, I'm thinking about your gathering, and Karen says I was getting a bottle of Bailey's for Christmas.
Oh, sure.
That's kind of eggnog-esque.
It kind of is. Bailey's is essentially a pre-mixed Irish coffee.
So I'm thinking, I mean, you could really do anything that calls for bourbon, but a nice Thanksgiving thing to do is just like a nice sour with lemon juice and maybe some ginger bitters.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Not ginger bitter, ginger liqueur and
liqueur.
Cranberry bitters.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
I conflated those two things.
Yeah.
A few dashes of cranberry bitters, fresh lemon juice, and some ginger liqueur. That just tastes like Thanksgiving. It's
a whiskey sour with a couple of Thanksgiving flavors thrown in. And now you're talking. That works very well. Yep. Now I want one.
Yep.
You know, I'm looking at this. I'm kind of blocking the label. I should probably hold this up. Boom.
You could just hold it up.
I can just hold it up here for a while. Yeah, but again, the Fighting Irish, just so everybody can see. This is the promo bottle. I want to let you all know that. And I did find our locals do have full-size bottles of this. I thought it was quite a reasonable price. Particularly
makes a good gift.
When you take a look at prices on imported whiskey, that can really start hitting three figures very quickly. This does not. No, this is just a much more
I'm glad to hear that.
Rational price of $7.50. So.
Oh yeah, Lisa is so good and super easy. Just I would say 2 ounces of bourbon, ½ ounce fresh lemon juice, ½ ounce ginger liqueur, and like 3 dashes cranberry bitters. It just tastes like Thanksgiving.
Tastes like Thanksgiving. Anyway, so there's our promo for the night because we had it, and this bottle will not last long.
No.
Not in this household. I'm just saying. And you know what?
You should try to save some for Thanksgiving.
Works well in eggnog. So just saying.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well,
all right.
This is done, and I bet you're done too.
No, not yet. You did not just do that.
Why didn't you kill it?
I'm trying not to guzzle my eggnog.
All right, fair. You know, we've had some issues with this where you get some liquid into the computer, and it's not a good thing. So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to get to it. Actually, no, that's not me.
That's part of the bar.
That's part of the bar. It's not me. Okay, could you actually hand me the spray too? I want to hit this keyboard. The things that you have to deal with, folks. Here we go.
Well, I would have said something, but you just grabbed it.
I just grabbed. It was time to go.
You just grabbed.
Time for your next drink. Let's go. Come on. That was funny.
I'm trying to not guzzle my drinks.
Well, fair is enough. Fair is enough.
Clean up on aisle 12. We always say clean up all aisles.
This is why I have the spray, because you're here, something's
Flavor
going to get
therapy.
spilled. That's very true.
Okay.
And there we go.
All right.
Okay.
So, are you ready to make another nog?
I could do something else, and let's see what I've got on the old.
I kind of feel like this one is next.
Okay.
But
You wanted to hit this guy?
no, you can't because I'm saving the weirdest for last.
Okay, so banana nog is me.
Yes.
Okay, so there we go.
Banana nog.
Better home. From Better Homes and Gardens, Snacks and Refreshments, Cookbook 1963. This is pretty simple, and when you look at it, you're going to say, sounds like a smoothie. Yeah, it kind of does.
Because it is.
Putting a whole egg in it makes it more of a energy workout drink kind of thing. That's a very popular thing.
Banana nog.
But this goes into a blender, so I'm going to grab said blender. Here we go. And put it all together. It takes...
Actually, they didn't mention ice. I guess you could put some ice in it. The recipe did not.
It doesn't mention ice. As long as everything is really pretty cold, I think we're actually in good shape. Let's actually go with that. I'm going to start with the milk products. Yeah, which actually is a milk product. A third cup of chilled evaporated milk. Let's go.
All right. Do you?
Yep. Come on.
Okay.
Give that a shake.
Slurp and burp.
It's always great.
That's what it would say. Don't try, do. Exactly.
Boom. So, interesting. So
you slurp that up. I wonder if you're going to slurp up the eggnog that hit the bar.
I'm not going anywhere near that one. So this, it's always great on a show like this when you have a can and you can use something called a church key. Who uses that term anymore?
I do.
You did.
Oh, the part of the blender got stuck to the...
Oh, that's why it's rocking around. Yeah,
okay,
well, that's easy enough.
Put it back.
Put it back. There you go. Now, we need...
Hi, Keith.
A cup measure, if you have
well,
that.
good to see you.
Cup measure, please.
Yes. Oh, we're our cousin Eddie's moose mug. Okay, so it's still downstairs because we haven't brought up the Christmas stuff yet for the most part.
There we go.
But it will be up here Thanksgiving weekend. Okay, a third of a cup.
That's right. Of the
evaporated milk.
And I think it's called for... This calls for that so you get something thick in there. It does not call for cream, I believe. So that's the idea.
It calls for ice cream.
It calls for ice cream. Oh well. It calls for cream.
You just like that.
Some way or another. In one to drink.
Oh, that's all the milk it calls for, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half teaspoon of the vanilla. I've got a half teaspoon right here. And I'm going to put this guy out of the way because it has served very well. I'm going to go for a little more of that a little later.
No,
Fighting 69.
It's good.
They've come up with a good
quote. Christmas Vacation.
Yeah,
it is good.
They've come up with a good blend. Those fighting men.
Okay, hold on one sec. Just give me a sec.
Yeah.
Oh, priests use that term.
Yeah, right. They might.
Okay, so far you got the evaporated milk and the vanilla. Anything else?
I'll throw the egg in there. Takes one egg.
We need the ice cream.
Just like. Okay. So I like when you can just throw a whole egg in there, and it's going into a blender, so you know there's not going to be any issue like in emulsifying all of this with. Thank you. Yeah, you usually get a little egg on your hands when you're cracking an egg. That's the thing. I'm not a professional cook.
You can't make an eggnog without cracking a few eggs.
You're cracking a few eggs. The vanilla, the egg, the evap. Half cup of vanilla ice cream I've got right here. That's about right. It's a little frozen, so I'm going to kind of get it out of there.
Oh, I didn't realize that freezer was as good as it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Seriously. I'm going to get the rest of this out here, too. It's going to take a little work.
Oh, just give it 30 seconds. It'll start melting.
Yeah, it will, too.
All right.
Okay. So
I can't wait that long.
I can't wait.
Now, this does not call for booze. So, yeah, it's good. It's good.
No, it's good.
It's good. It's good.
That recipe, please. Drum roll, please. And half a ripe banana. So we're going to actually start with half, with this full recipe and taste it. And then when I decide that this really could use some dark rum, I'm going to put it in.
This one is from, yes, Better Homes and Gardens, Snacks and Refreshments, 1963. A book which features no recipes with booze. But we can add our own booze.
I really should have a knife on me when we do these shows.
We have self-determination.
Tell you. There we go. Get out of there. So
I got the ripest banana I could find.
It's only slightly stiff. And here we go.
That just looks funny.
It really kind of looks not good. But you know what? That's why it goes into a blender.
It's just standing up there. $1 million idea.
3, 2, 1, contact.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what happens. They say to blend for approximately 30 seconds.
Okay.
But do you want to do it on high or no? I'm not participating in this one.
That should do well. Okay, go on.
Oh, you know what? Why did we bring all these mugs over if we're just going to reuse the same ones?
We brought 4 and we used... Oh, actually, we do have 2 more.
I keep...
Ah, there we go.
You just licked my mug.
I just licked your mug because...
You licked my mug.
Licked
all right.
my mug. Well, I could use any mug, I guess. What the heck?
It calls for nutmeg, so I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm. This is good. This makes... Just kind of makes 2 perfect of these little mugs to serve with. And in eggnog, that's a good idea. Because you might want more than one. And like a really tall bunch of eggnog is like a little heavy. Just saying.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fresh nutmeg is absolutely, positively the way to go.
Banana nog. And let's decide what we want to add to it.
Banana nog.
Do, 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 do. That's
booze. Is
weird.
What I add. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Whiskey belongs in a nog, and I think I'll try some of the Funny 69. Yeah, I think I will do that.
Posset. Oh, okay. Eggnog was a medieval drink called posset and used as a cold remedy. I did not know that. Thank you, Gettysburg, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Peter, hi. Peter, check your messages on Messenger. I sent you a message, so please check your messages. I'm glad you showed up so I could tell you
Thank you. Yeah, so that'd be good.
You're married, so it's okay. We always say that.
Too true.
The thin man. It's all right. We're married.
There's things that I do on the show here because it's the 2 of us, no audience. You know, with an audience and a big studio kind of thing, that would be different.
It definitely, it wants booze. So you did whiskey.
I did whiskey.
Okay, let's taste that. I'll do something else.
Better. I definitely say that.
It is better.
Yeah.
It is better with booze.
Improves.
I'll try dark rum. How much did you do?
I did like an ounce. Like an ounce.
Like an ounce.
Yeah, it was an ounce. So.
One of these an ounce.
The taller one will give you an ounce. On that.
Like
I have actually measured all of these, if they don't have markings, just to figure out what the hell was what. And that's what that was.
I want to give myself a hangover and say, what I had was eggnog.
All I had was eggnog. Well, all of that cream and egg should slow things down sufficiently that you're not going to get conked.
We have a friend who shall remain nameless. They're a lovely person. But we went to their house one time for like pre-Christmas drinks. And all I had was a martini, 1 martini and 1 eggnog. And I was so incredibly plastered.
Schnockered. It can be pretty tricky. Of course, what was the size on that martini? I'm just saying.
But the thing is, like, it was 1. So you're like, oh, a martini. Great. I had 1, and then I had an eggnog. Plastered. Ooh, banana bread beer. That sounds amazing.
Big fun. I agree. That could be
Karen
heavy.
says, I remember now, I made George Washington's eggnog from Tasting History. Oh, yeah, I love Tasting History.
Oh, yeah.
Brandy, rye whiskey, dark rum, and sherry. Yeah. I'm not surprised. That sounds like the one I made earlier from 1940.
Yeah.
Work at a historic site. That's great. This is good with an ounce of dark rum.
good point about those
You wanna try it
heavier.
with the rum?
I will. I'll try it with the rum. Yeah.
I think the rum wins in this one.
Mm-hmm. No question. Nothing wrong with the whiskey. I think it's being a little motored over by the other ingredients.
Normally,
it's definitely delivering the octane.
Normally, I would rather have whiskey in my eggnog, but I think the rum wins this one.
Rum balances the other ingredients very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice stuff. In turn, heavier beers. You know, this is the time of year for them, and let's face facts. It's not a session beer. It's not one of those light lagers. Oh, I had.
You can hide a lot in eggnog, and he did.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
They did. Oh, well, there we go.
I don't think I gave it away, but.
So, but the thing about those beers is that you take a look at the ABV on those, and the percentage is much higher.
Peter's asking, what food would pair well with eggnog? Cookies.
Yes.
Cookies.
Yeah.
It's not a meal type thing. No. It's a dessert thing. So
no. It's either it's really cold outside, you want to fortify yourself with some calories and something to burn while you shovel snow, or you just want something by the fireplace to make you feel warm. Because a few of these and you're like, oh, I'm good. I don't need anything else. You don't really have this with canapes or anything. You would have this with sweets. So.
Churros. That's a good one
there you
too.
Go.
Yeah, I like the churros.
You can practically dip those in. Yeah. And about those beers, like you'll find all sorts of high gravity beers this time of year. They're also designed like the eggnog to fortify you, give you some calories. Mm-hmm. You got to go out and work in the cold. You know, you want to take a good belt of one of those things. You want it to be a little stronger, more bracing, to have a little more gravity, a little more body to it.
Chocolate drink. Yeah, I think anything desserty would be good.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's a dessert. It's a dessert drink. Just thinking of Greece. It says right here, it's a dessert wine.
Yeah. Real class, Jan. Let's see. Oh, that's what that was. The George Washington's eggnog. Yeah, you know, back in the day, and you see these formulae from back in the day, they're heavy. When you look at, like, we're making punch for a party, and the punch is this massive thing that involves 75 lemons and, like, 50 750s, or back in the day, 55ths of Jamaican rum. 55ths, and then, like, 20 more fifths of rye whiskey, and it just goes on. And then we had some sherry, just for balance.
250th.
Whew. I didn't have enough booze in it, so what I added? More booze. Good grief. But when you make them properly, you know, it's like the classic punch formulas from the 1780s or something. It's like, it's a tasty thing.
It's like
it's a really nice sour.
The charming painting you showed me earlier from the Christmas book. And it was so sweet. And there was like a whole family drinking wine at Christmas, including the children.
Oh, yeah. Having a glass. Raise a glass to you.
And as you said, well, you wouldn't want to drink the water back then.
Hey, so. Probably not. Depending on where you were.
Ooh, Lisa says we have about one more week on our pumpkin beer we made. Ooh.
Oh yeah, well that's a classic thing to do. Pumpkin beer back in the day was using up product that was available, because pumpkins are quite productive. We certainly saw plenty of them around these parts, just like a week and a half ago. And they're sweet. It's something you can ferment with. So use up the harvest, make beer with it, and there you have it. I am glad for an occasional pumpkin beer just for flavor. Not like the way I want to go, but like once a year, it's great.
Carradine made me think of this. I think we need to go grab the Peter Popper adorable Christmas drink book.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's saying that that George Washington eggnog, the ingredients are a cup of this, cup of that, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, did a lot of people die of liquor poisoning?
You know, there have been alcoholics going back as far as antiquity, and some people just really have the tendency to overdo it. Back in the day when what you had available was wine and beer, it took a little more to overdo it. Once hard liquor comes in, it gets a lot easier, and I think the real kicker is you get into the 17 and 1800s when rum is being made in the Caribbean, and it's being made from what? Waste product. Whatever's left over after the sugar, you use molasses.
I gotta say, Gettysburg Man was also suggesting pumpkin bread or any sweet bread with nog too.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
That'll do.
Yep.
Absolutely. And when suddenly you're making all of this booze, pretty high-proof
I'm gonna
stuff,
get this book.
out of the stuff that you throw away after making sugar, which was a huge cash product at the time, then you've got a lot of booze available, and people start drinking more heavily. And it became a real issue into the 19th century. And then, of course, it became a real rallying cry because there was a real problem with, like, men in particular becoming drunkards and not providing, etc. And then you have the temperance movement. You can see where that comes from. You can see the first episode of the Prohibition.
The book's a little dusty.
Prohibition series. Careful, careful.
The book's a little dusty.
And it will tell you all about that. There's a reason for that. It was a failed experiment, but I know where it came from. I understand.
Oh, look, a recipe for eggnog. That's not what I'm looking for.
Actually, no. As a matter of fact.
Okay.
Hot rum punch. Yeah, this is a cute little book that's extremely charming with
it's adorable.
darling little
Here it
illustrations.
is. Okay. So in the Merry Christmas drink book,
From
it's
Peter
so
Popper Press.
cute. It's so adorable.
What a darling thing. Paperback size,
There's a recipe for something called Tahiti punch that I decided to make one year.
As a party punch.
For a party. It
Ingredients.
calls for, I'm going to read off the ingredients. It calls for, 1 pint orange juice. So far, so good. 8 ounces lemon juice. Fine. 3 ounces banana cordial. Well, that's hardly anything. Half cup brown sugar. 8 ounces Jamaica rum. Okay, for a punch bowl, that's only 1 cup,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
1 bottle light rum.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
1.5 bottles white wine. And then we just mixed it up.
Stir and chill.
Put it in a punch bowl. And everyone got hammered, including me. Sort of mid-party, I'm like, I think I'm going to go take a nap.
I'm going to lie down now and not come back. No, the thing is, the punch cup...
It was crazy. It was so nuts.
The punch cup that book is talking about looks like this. Like maybe a 3-ounce pour. And you enjoy that. You go back for a second round or something. It'll take you a while to start going through that. But if you serve it in these big, like, I hate to say it, the red Solo cups, that's like a 12-ounce cup. You're having like 4 of these at once. That's a real problem.
Hi,
you got to use
Johnny.
the right container for the right thing.
Johnny says he must be talking about getting hammered at Ohana.
Actually, we were not, but I tell you,
getting hammered at my own party.
We were close. We were close. Ohana is a completely different beast when it comes to, hey, there's too much booze here.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever been that hammered as I was on that punch at Ohana. Because, when you're hosting your own party, it's like you don't necessarily remember to eat. And now I eat before. Yeah. Lesson learned.
Line the
But I'm just like, oh, this punch is so good and everything. I was just like, oh my god.
Well,
and my friend too was the same thing. Like we were just both in the bedroom. Like I'm gonna take a nap.
The classic with all of these beverages is like people have a few beers and they go, I got the munchies, and they order pizzas. It's like you order the pizza first.
Yeah.
You eat. And then it slows everything down.
Well, hopefully that's the order you do it in.
Well, that's the idea. And it could be, the big 6-foot sub, whatever. Slow it down. Put down some starches. Put down some greasy meat. Like that'll do.
Greasy meat.
If you're going vegan, do something. That
pasta.
It could be a little hard to slow that down appropriately, but like maybe some good pasta with some sort of mock cheese sauce or something. That could work. So.
Exactly. Something to soak up all that.
Well, that was, I tell you.
I have another recipe for you. And this is either going to be good or horrendous.
It promises to be bizarre, so there we go.
All right. So this one
requires 1 egg separated.
Bowls for mixing.
I brought 1 bowl for mixing, but I didn't bring anything to separate eggs. Although actually,
we could just use a tin. That's all right.
I'll use a tin. That's perfect.
Okay.
Because you got to do. Okay. So
for our next recipe.
My next hat trick.
Just want to make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, we're not. Okay. Oh yeah, at least the eggnog set cups are small. Exactly. Save us from ourselves.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, if you wouldn't mind, though, I think I will take a new one.
The classic eggnog formulae of yore actually will ask you to separate eggs. Why? Because you got to beat the whites. So we're going to do that.
I gotta say, prune nog.
Prune nog. Now you're talking.
Okay, and Errol says, heard a comedian poking fun at drink sizes. Guess in the early 90s there was a 64-ounce soda pop drink. He asked, who needs 64 ounces of any fluid? Prune nog is for regular people. All right. Okay, so for our next nog, we have cola nog.
What? Yep.
From the 17 cookbook, and that's 17 magazine, 1964. And
I need to beat egg whites until stiff, so let's start.
Okay, so 1 egg separated, and he's going to beat those egg whites.
It's going to take a while.
All right, we'll start with that.
Okay, now you need to take that egg yolk and combine with the cola.
Okay, so it calls for 1 cup of cold cola. It's in there. So I'll pour the cola in here. Naturally, it's in the back.
But of course.
Yeah. All right. Okay, 1 cup cold cola.
You can beat 1 egg white until stiff with a wire whisk like this.
Beat it until stiff. All right.
I'm not going to say that too many times tonight, but that's about it. If you try to do like 12 for your big punch bowl-sized eggnog, don't do that. Use your Kitsch-en.
I feel like this is going to be way too much, but...
Probably. I was suggesting about 8 ounces worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 8 ounces.
Okay, but it says 1 cola. In 1964, they were talking an 8-ounce bottle of cola.
Or was it...
Pretty sure about that.
Was it 8 or 6?
Oh, I don't know. You want to take a little out of there?
No, but you can.
Beat.
I'll beat while you drink Coke. I feel like that's too much.
That's 6.
All right. Here, I'm going to hand this back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to change this. All right.
Continue beating.
So,
the beatings will continue until discipline is improved.
All right. 3/4 of a cup cold soda. Okay, so we're going to combine the egg with the soda.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. Beat egg yolks and... Oh, no, but you're supposed to beat the yolk first.
All right, so you need to put that into there.
Into here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I need a place for this. Here.
Yes.
All right.
Bingo.
I'm beating it with a spoon. Whatever. Let's get the shot done.
You just need to break it up. You can't exactly beat an egg yolk that way. It doesn't froth like the egg white.
Combine with cola.
Which is actually frothing nicely.
Beat sugar and vanilla into egg whites. All right, we're going to do that after whatever it is you're doing. Okay.
I could actually do that now. Where is the sugar, please?
The sugar is over here.
Okay,
and we need a tablespoon. We didn't bring the tablespoon.
We didn't. But what did we bring?
You could use 3 teaspoons.
I could.
That's a tablespoon.
That's a tablespoon.
All right. Okay. So, a tablespoon confectioner's sugar. And...
That's a tablespoon.
1/4 teaspoon vanilla.
I have the half.
Do half of that.
I'll do half of this. And then
math.
Yeah,
okay.
See? This math is not hard.
I'll trade you this for that.
Go.
Out of space. Yeah, I'll trade you. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Okay, all right.
Yep, okay.
So, beat
in.
yes. And then you put half of the beaten whites into the cola. You pour into a serving glass, and you top with the remaining white mixture. This is going to be so weird.
This is
nog. It's going to be so weird, Peter.
Exactly like that Bob Newhart episode where the nog was based on root beer. Seriously.
We're missing a whole discussion over here on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, the comedian, or they're talking about the comedian. How come we never had magazines for how to handle teens while drinking?
Seriously.
Oh my gosh. I hope my spouse from the UK was drinking from age of 14. I believe it. Yeah. Okay, so I'd hate to screw up this masterpiece of a recipe.
But we've got some nice stiff egg whites. So we need to have half in there.
Put half in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to pour into our serving
vessel.
Do we have another mug somewhere? Or did we use them all?
We happen to use them all. I could always procure another
No, it's okay. Whatever. Whatever. Who cares?
Not spending in ceremony.
Who
Here you
cares?
go.
All right.
So give that a shake, and give it a pour.
Oh.
Aren't you supposed to combine that somehow?
You're supposed to fold it in.
Fold it in. Oh yes. Grab your spoon and fold.
I'm whisking.
Whisk. Very gently whisk.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That. Uh-oh.
Goopy.
That made a mess. All right.
I'm going to put my mug there.
There's more here, right?
I've already spilled on the computer once today.
Okay, so it's so brown.
It is awfully brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're going to top with
the rest of the egg whites.
The rest of the egg whites, but then we got to make room for the booze.
Because cola eggnog involves cola. There is nothing in 17 magazine that says put booze in that.
No.
No. But then you give like the egg whites. Geez, I need something to actually help me out with this.
Yes, spoons.
Yeah, we do. So you get that.
Oh, I see. It makes like a foamy top.
Like a meringue, you know, or like a cocktail that takes a foamy top, like a Silver Fizz or something.
All right, well, I'll try it without
Clover
booze
Club,
first.
one of those types of things, and boom.
All right, so Eggnog from
Eggnog.
17 magazine.
We are intrepid.
All right.
Perhaps we're a little stupid, but we're doing it. Here we go.
Hi, Dan. Good to see you. Have you had a Jell-O themed episode? We haven't done a Jell-O live episode. I love that idea. It just tastes like cola.
Tastes like cola.
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. All right, Jell-O.
Okay, this is just like...
It just tastes like...
This is a cola float.
There's way too much stuff in this to taste like Coke.
Yeah, this is like a cola float, but the float isn't ice cream. It's meringue. And I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It essentially was not. So let's improve it by using one or the other. I'm going to go with the Mount Gay.
I think I will too.
That sounds like a pretty good idea to me. I'm going to find a reasonable size measure. I think this is a good measure for such things.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with that and pass it to you. That won't do this. Because right now, this is just like...
It just tastes like Coke. I feel like that's a lot of work to taste like Coke.
I would call that a hot mess, except it's cold. So it's a cold mess.
Well, it's not a mess. It just tastes like Coke. And it's like, well, why didn't we just pour Coke into our mug?
Yeah. So now I got like a rum Coke with a meringue topper.
Well, I was thinking, yeah, the Coke
Still
had
too
to have
sweet.
rum in it. Because,
Still too sweet.
Duh.
Here we go. So trying it again.
All right. Oh, I thought you said still too sweet. Like, this one was too sweet. Like,
that has dramatically improved.
I love the Jell-O idea. We could do like... We did... What did we do? Oh, I think we did it for just like a regular video. But I love the idea of just doing a bunch of Jell-O's.
Question. Do you think peppermint belongs in eggnog? No.
No, that could be all right.
But you do you.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I would not do that. But you do you.
I could see it.
Because you know what? There are plenty of flavors that I will throw in things that people will really look askance to, and I like them. So hey.
Well, that fixed it right up. Ounce of rum.
Yeah.
Mmm. Hi, Amy. Good to see you. We're having cola eggnog.
Cola eggnog.
With
I kid you not. We kid you
a fair
not.
amount of rum.
Seriously. The original formula does not call for rum or any kind of a hearty beverage
It's
because
from
it's from
17
17 magazine. This is for the kids, but somebody thought it was great to make eggnog out of cola. Well, we try these things because the more inane it is, the more fun it is for you. And guess what? You don't have to try it. However, if you're so inspired, the recipe will be yours if you are a patron tomorrow. But if you watched us here tonight, you saw me do it. It was what it was.
Yeah.
You basically are making a meringue, sweetened up meringue just the way you would normally, and topping that into your cola.
Oh, Keratin, you have a recipe? Please send.
Please. Interesting.
Yes, she says, would you have to do some of the Jell-O recipes? We would have to do all of them ahead of time because, I know that you got to let it gel.
Mm-hmm.
Cola eggnog sounds terribly wrong. It just tastes like Coke. I kind of wish it had been hideous because at least that would have been like, oh, this is so bad, ha ha ha. But it just tasted like Coke.
We seldom make something on the show which is so execrable, and you know where I'm going.
Oh yeah, Lisa.
That we just like put it aside and say
the hot Dr. Pepper. We tried the hot Dr. Pepper one time.
It was terrible.
Because we used Diet Dr. Pepper.
That was absolutely god awful.
It was so bad. Yeah.
But if you try it with Dr. Pepper with sugar, I know
think that's better.
On your shelf, you've got it with the HFCS, which is not great stuff. But you can find Dr. Pepper with sugar at certain stores. I think Christmas tree stores carry soda pop with sugar, and give that a whirl and see what you can do with that. And that should improve it. We tried
this is
recently.
Getting worse with age.
In one of the episodes, this is going back about maybe 4 or 5 weeks. Of course, we tried something called the classic, the slow, comfortable screw up against the wall. And that, of course, was a Harvey Wall banger with slow gin, etc. Not improving.
It's getting worse with age.
Oh, it doesn't age well.
I want something else.
I want something else.
Ugh.
I got to tell you, I made the slow, comfortable screw because I will make a drink with that name and try it. And it was not good.
Ooh.
And then as it aged, it was exactly as bad as it was to begin with. So if you're ever in a bar and somebody's like saying, we're doing some vintage fun 70s drinks, let's have a slow comfortable
Have a yolk and a
Don't
smile.
Do that. Oh, yeah.
Have a yolk and a smile. Oh, orange. I can see orange liqueur and eggnog. Yeah, definitely.
You think so?
Let's find out. I need something else because that was horrible.
Oh, we'll try yours to see if it's exactly what I got.
I'm going to go get... I'm going to try this, Peter.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Yeah, that's actually worse.
I'm going to go get another...
That's worse than mine.
I don't know why mine's so bad.
Not that mine is good. This is not a good idea. I'm going to put this aside because I'm not drinking that. And I will say that whatever genius or genii came up with Cola Nog for 17 magazine circa 1964 ought to be whipped or ought to have been whipped. But that probably didn't happen, so nobody actually paid for this back in the day. Oh, the crimes against teenage drinks. And I'm just talking teenage, sodas and things like that. Not a good idea. Just make eggnog. Just buy eggnog and pour it into your cups and have a party. Boom, done. That's it. All of these parties in 17 magazine there's a whole bunch of parties listed. They're all talking about, have plenty of soda pop on hand. Yeah, stick with that. Done. The actual cola that you would have poured there is better off taken straight than to do this. This is a really terrible idea. I will try it again to demonstrate that it's still a terrible idea.
Just a horror show.
No.
No.
No. It doesn't age. It gets worse while it sits there. Wow.
I said it gets worse, right?
While it sits there. Yeah, mine started getting worse too. So there you go. This is the second time in just a matter of weeks where we tried something that sounded questionable, and it really, really is. So don't do Cola Nog. That stinks on ice.
Okay, so
Wow.
I got myself a scoop of ice cream.
Maple syrup and eggnog, I just did.
That sounds okay.
I just made an eggnog fresh with maple syrup, and that really kills it. And I didn't use a ton. It was, I think I said 2 tablespoons. That sounds like a kind of heavy pour, frankly. And that worked just great.
Okay, so Peter, I'm starting with a scoop of vanilla ice cream because I'm cheating. And It's gonna drizzle in some Grand Marnier.
Oh, Diet Pop tastes like something prescribed. You know, there are certain diet sodas that I've tried that are a hell of a lot better than others, and I still would not use them in a mixed thing like that. Like the whole idea of the hot Dr. Pepper, use the one with sugar because that's how it was done originally.
Yeah.
And nobody thought about artificial sugars and how they would react. And I think that they just end up tasting like some chemical abomination. Bad.
You know what this is going to taste like? It's going to taste like a dreamsicle.
Check it out. We're going to try it.
Here's cream soda. Interesting. Okay. All right.
Ohio's root beer is another thing. That's actually one of the classics right there. I think that might have been the first packaged root beer on the market back in the 19th century. And once again, during the temperance period, such things became very popular. I like a good classic root beer myself.
Okay, hold on.
A lot of the ones on the market these days are kind of one note, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But
Oh, there it is. Okay.
we, of course, go to the A&W stand in Lake George every year, and they serve a really classic root beer. Quite nice.
Okay, so, you know what? Let's do some eggnog. Let's do some nutmeg eggnog. I already have eggnog. Okay.
Dean here is just
Hi,
going
Dean.
for some Jim Beam eggnog and Sprite with fresh nutmeg. He says not bad. Okay. Perhaps some other sodas, perhaps a citrus soda, will do a little better in the mix.
Let's see. Okay, so Grand Marnier.
I just tried that thing. And what did you combine with that?
Scoop of ice cream.
A scoop of ice cream. You know.
It's really good.
Okay. Well, that should be a creamsicle, as a matter of fact.
It is. It's like a
dreamsicle.
Dreamsicle, they call it. Yeah. Hi, Hugo.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah.
Oh, Amy made gin and tonic Jello shots. That sounds really good.
I would try that, just because. Yep. Speaking of which, I'm totally devoid now. Keep that. Take this away.
I feel like if I'm going to keep having rounds, I need to move on to something lighter than eggnog.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's good. I'm here for this one. We had a very light supper because we knew we were going to be having eggnog, and I'm like, yeah. We did a hard workout today. I'll probably do one tomorrow too. So I'm like, oh God, this is a lot of cream. This is so much cream.
A little heavy. And not all of these are involving heavy cream or whatnot. I used evap milk on something earlier. This is a pretty good idea if you want something heavier.
That sounds good, Dean.
Not all like milk fat. You know, you just kind of like concentrate the milk. So.
How about an action drinks episode?
Flames.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that idea, too.
We have worked with flame on the air before. We keep a fire extinguisher handy, of course.
I haven't had to use it thus far.
Foam, I just did foam in the form of egg white, but we can do other types of foam.
Foam worked. I feel like that was the best part of that.
That was the best special effect that we had. And smoke, we just watched something about smoking cocktails, which had all those techniques. And I think there's a lot of fun you can do. We had a drink maybe a year ago, maybe 1 year ago or so, at a place in Newburgh.
Set a punch on fire.
I was served a drink that was sort of reminiscent of cigars, and what it had to add the smoke was
I had that. That's what I had.
Cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
They lit a cinnamon stick on fire, and it was just smoldering inside the drink, and it had that smoke. It was a lot of fun.
That was good.
So that's a good idea, and it's easy enough to get cinnamon sticks, and they're not very much money. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Now, in terms of smoke, you can also get those machines that will big a bunch of smoke into it, or you can fill a container with smoke and then dump it on your cocktail, whatever.
Like the bell jar or whatever.
Yeah. We had something maybe a couple of years ago at, where was it? Rainbow Room? something was doing sort
yes.
like sort of a tiki pop-up, and one of the drinks was smoked, and it was a little container, and you poured your drink in, and it was full of smoke. So that was pretty cool. You know, special effects. I like the special effects. Well, think on that. That's a very good inspiration.
And you know what we have that I totally forgot about, and I don't know where it is now, but I bought one of those little creme brulee torches.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is?
That's exactly what you do to torch your cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
And then once it's really burning nicely, you just lay it on, and it just sits there smoldering very slowly. Obviously, you have open flame. Well, it's sort of
do you know
open
what happened
ember.
to it?
Yeah, I can find it inside your restaurant, but you've got fire extinguishers. Not a big deal. So I will say that like the special effects drinks are fun. Those inspirations behind foam and smoke and all that is a lot better than what we just made with cola. In fact, I really got to get that taste out of my mouth.
I love to try. Well,
oh, I could take another shot. That's a pretty good idea.
Oh, I was just thinking I would shake up just a regular cocktail to cut some of the cream.
Cut some of the cream?
We gotta go juice some lemon, though.
It's really not a bad idea. I could use some lemon. What the hell? All right, I'm not going to take a shot of whiskey, but I will definitely enjoy a little bit more of the Fighting 69. This is a promo bottle.
That is good
Some of our latest people are joining us here. This is a promotional bottle from the distributor. One of my train buddies. He's doing liquor now. He used to do beer. And this is really good. It's named after the Fighting 69th Regiment, which has been around forever. They have fought in a lot of major conflicts. They decided, it's an Irish regiment. The Fighting 69th decided they needed a whiskey. What are they going to get? Irish whiskey, of course. They actually got a nice blend going. This stuff is smooth.
It is really good.
Wow.
Oh, what do you think of edible glitter drinks? Lisa, I love me an edible glitter drink.
Excellent idea.
I do. Yeah. I love to shake them, and then it looks like a snow globe. It's. I remember one time. Oh, okay. So we got another vote for. Okay, Lisa says flaming drinks sound fun.
Drinks on flame.
I remember one time I was doing edible glitter drinks, and someone like tried to school me and say that is not edible. Like, anyway.
I ate it.
I'm still here.
And that was years ago.
Like 5 years ago.
And I'm still moving around.
Exactly.
So much for the idea that's not edible. You know, it's made out of plastic. I don't know. I probably consume a fair amount of plastic.
I don't think it's made out of
plastic. And you know what? You just don't digest it, and it moves through and done.
I'm still here.
I'm still here. That's the kicker, folks.
Oh, dissolve a pearl in wine. So many good ideas. Well, the eggnog idea came from last week. We were talking about eggnogs, and here we are. Well, I love the Jill and Will's idea.
Pearls are merely made out of probably calcium carbonate, which is really just what the shells are made out of. They just look nicer. And they will dissolve in an acid. So, yeah, that could be an issue. Mm-hmm.
Yes, edible glitter rims are beautiful. Oh, I did one time that was blue. It was so pretty.
We need some citrus, quite likely.
I'll go get you a lemon?
I'll get me a lemon.
Be careful.
Of course.
Don't cut yourself. Did I just curse him? Yeah, I love the action drinks idea. We have a book that someone gave us one time that was like food special effects. This might need to be consulted for action drinks because it was just all kinds of crazy things you could do to your food to make them be on fire or like erupt like a volcano or I love this idea. I'm inspired to get more edible glitter too. We're running low. You used to be able to buy it at New York Cake in New York City, and then now they went just strictly online and can't just walk in there and choose your edible glitter anymore. Oh, Karen says you guys need to have a book. Thank you. Oh, someone was trying to get me to write a book, and they're like, hey, yeah, and have it done before Christmas. And I'm like, what? Like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Oh, a coffee table book on your house decor. Well, we do know a wonderful photographer we could ask. Maybe we should do that in the new year.
Good plan, kids.
hire Stephanie to come take some pictures of our house. Well, actually, she has taken pictures here a number of times, but you know what I mean. More specific. He's juicing a lemon so that we can have something besides eggnog because
we have rational drinks.
Yeah. Oh yes, Christmas 2024. Exactly. I always feel like I have to have it done like in a week. That's not going to happen. But how's that lemon coming?
It's coming.
Never seen anyone juice a lemon so slowly. Oh yeah, do some drinks safely, then we can do it right. Oh, I love that. Thank you for saying that. Eric says, I've been creating a continuing, evolving story based on a strange, haunting dream I had as a kid. Oh. Wow. Okay.
I used to have weird dreams as a kid.
I have weird dreams now.
Usually dreams involving like descending into boxes inside boxes inside boxes. I don't know what that was all about, but it's one of my earliest memories.
All right.
Kind of weird.
Are we just going to make two of the same thing, you think?
We could make two of different things. That's fine. Sure. Why not?
Why not? What?
You got an idea?
No. Well, I was just going to make a sour, but...
Make a sour. I'll make a sour.
All right.
Sure. We got stuff to make sours.
Let's get... So you want me to just make me one?
Make you one.
Okay.
I'll make me one. We'll do a little variety. All those repetitive eggnogs.
Is there ice?
There could be ice.
Okay. Thank you. Why don't you just bring the ice back over?
Why don't you?
Oh, some retro-looking cards. I love that idea, too. I have made recipe cards in the past, but I like the idea of like a postcard idea. That's really fun. Okay. A sour. What do we have a lot of? Oh. You know what? Gettysburg Ma'am, are you still here? I'm going to experiment with a wild turkey drink. You had asked earlier about a wild turkey drink. So, let's do one. So I'm going to start with 2 ounces of wild turkey. Oh, purple windows. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. You like the trick cards idea. Okay. I can run with that. Okay, 2 ounces wild turkey. And I'm going to wait for Paul to come back. I don't want to step away and give the place a vacant look. We didn't get out ice this evening and put it in the ice bucket because we thought, well, we're doing all eggnog. We don't need ice. Joke's on us.
Get it up there.
On party nights, you could just grab a card and make something. Exactly. I love that. Oh, Lisa still has some of our recipe cards. Yay!
Oh, thank you.
Okay. I'm going to go grab something to go in my this.
Where's your middle part?
I had it out. It was on the bar.
Not there now.
It was there.
I got you covered.
I'm going to do the cranberry borders.
There you go. I'll take a look and maybe I find it. This can go. Yes. Thank you very much for your service.
We need some new fun liqueurs.
No, I really don't see it. Okay. That's all right.
What are you looking for?
The middle part. Which never reappeared.
I feel like it's got to be right there.
It must, but it never reappeared. So we're going to fill in with ice too.
Okay, here we go. This will be fun. All right. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, that's an excellent thing to work with, huh?
2 ounces of bourbon. And I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of spiced pear liqueur from
St. George's.
St. George's in the
2
Bay
ounces
Area.
Of bourbon is a really great way to start, and the St. George's is a really great way to continue.
Melon ball? Did you mention melon ball?
I did not. An
Oh,
updated
okay.
melon ball.
Oh,
Which
yeah, I
means
could see that.
We're going
All
to
right.
need melon liqueur.
That.
Well, we could work on
Running
that.
out of space.
There is, of course, a very well-known melon liqueur, which is quite green. And then there are some others which are
Which is quite green.
not. So,
½ ounce of the fresh lemon juice. And let's do 3 dashes of the cranberry bitters.
Dream has to do with purple windows. Oh, wow. That sounds like Harold and the Purple Crayon, which I remember as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Fascinating book. You know, Harold, of course, has this whole fantasy where he just escapes with his crayon and draws his reality. Very cool. Flaming drinks. Oh, yeah. Peter dreamed of Herbie the Love Bug. That's actually extremely square 1960s meets psychedelic. I gotta say, that's hilarious, you know? It's like, it's your basic Disney psychedelics right there. I remember the Love Bug movies, because there were like 4 or 5 of them, you know?
Do you have a chill glass?
Would you like a chill glass?
I
get
don't mind
chill
it
glass.
if it's available.
It'll make it taste 73% better.
Oh my god, I'm so stuffed from all the eggnog.
You know, we did a few of them, and then I was like, I'm starting to get a little logy over here. I'm just telling you.
I've got eggnog poisoning.
I'm telling you, it's getting a little heavy.
This woman died of eggnog poisoning from some other bar.
Oh.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Anyway.
And I noticed you brought curls, so what the heck?
I certainly did, because it's entirely apropos for what you got going on. So you got a nice looking whiskey sour.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the place to be, huh?
It's cutting through all the eggs and cream.
Mm. Oh, numb. That's the stuff. All right, now I need to do 2 things here. Yeah, this needs to be cleaned.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Demetrio. It's good to see you. Okay, oh, Eric's saying the thing that bothered me about the dream was it ended with this rather urgent knocking on the door. That's when I woke up. Yeah, that's the time to wake up. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I do like to keep it classic. Whenever people ask me, like, what's your favorite drink? I'm like, oh, martini, Manhattan. Yeah, like margarita.
Well, look, it depends on
the M's.
It depends on context for me. Where are you?
Mai Tai.
Where are you? What time of day is it? Is it happy hour? Are we at home? Mm-hmm. Is it winter? Getting cold? I will really lean into the brown goods. And Manhattan, that was my grandfather's drink. I would do that any day of the week, clearly. I've become a little more fond of the old-fashioned cocktail. I believe we can credit Dan with that, because he had a whole crawl room at the aforesaid Ohana, which was extremely popular. People really liked that drink at that point in time with all those dang rum drinks. I tell you,
well, that's the thing.
That just cut it right through.
Like when everything's rum, it's like, okay, I get it.
Heavy. I'm thinking, us tonight, we make like 4 of these drinks with bananas and cream and eggs and everything. You're like, ugh, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Could I just have like straight hooch? You know, you just want something that's just cleaner, a little higher proof, small glass kind of thing. You know, easy. Even a rum drink would be okay if it was more like a daiquiri. You know, just a regular sour. So we're going to do something pretty similar to what you did.
All right, I'm just trying to take these down. Our Patreon patrons are going to get all of these in just a little while.
They'd like all of them.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. What would you like? What do you need?
I'm going to make a Jack Rose.
Oh, see.
It's a classic.
Do you want brandy?
I will take the Applejack.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry to
That's all right.
make you go around, but I know you know what to do.
Wow, uh-oh.
I'm going to kill the Applejack.
We're almost out of the Applejack.
Well, you know.
Jeez, how's this possible?
We make a few drinks on a show.
Oh, see, Lisa loves whiskey sours and old fashions this time of year, right? It just feels like the season.
It's very comforting. It's comfort food for your beverage.
Oh, okay. Peter's over on YouTube too.
Hello.
Peter says the Pandora wine glasses will make your wine 150% better.
Whoa!
She says, thanks, hon.
Thanks, hon. That's awesome. Well, kill the Applejack.
And Lisa says, do you think we can add a large slice of melon to the updated melon ball? will an apple slice be more of a new twist? You know, you can do either. I think the apple sounds great.
Try either of those. Try a slice of pear.
We're getting a lot of votes for apple
That's
here.
kind of fun.
And I agree.
Okay. So the Jack Rose is a very simple sour, pretty much exactly what you made with a different base. I'm going to go for a ½ ounce worth of the lemon. That was 2 ounce pour
Jack Rose
on the base, which is
like
apple jack.
I feel like I've sent the Jack Rose to our patrons like 800 times, but
I like it. I keep making it. It's one of the first things we started
I like it.
making.
I keep making it.
It's one of the first things we started making when we got this bar.
Right.
And we realized there was a product called Applejack. We had to get it, and there was a cocktail that we made
how
that was very good.
Did you do? 2 ounces?
But then we found the Jack Rose, 2 ounces on the base, ½ ounce on the sour.
Okay.
And we're going to go for ½ ounce of the grenadine.
Okay.
Notice this isn't bright red. We make it. It's not bright red because it actually contains pomegranate, which is slightly brown, frankly.
Any bitters?
Now, you want this to be a little rosy because it's called rose. I will take the cranberry.
They're back there. Yep.
I'm going to give that a pretty heavy hit. So that's probably at least 3 dashes on the cran.
Counted 5.
Do whatever the hell you want. The cranberry bitters from Fee is excellent. It definitely made that more red, just like that, and adds quite a bit of bitter tartness. So there we go. Shake it up and get delirious.
I didn't mean to make it sound like I didn't like the eggnogs. I did like the eggnogs. They were just
except the last one.
There was a lot of cream. Well, yeah, the cola
nog
one was
is
horrible.
some kind of abomination that I'm not even going to go to where that is.
Yeah, Errol says it's like the higher the viscosity of the drink, the heavier it sits on your stomach. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, man, that was
not good.
That was not good.
That was not good. That was not good.
It was not good. And by not good, I mean bad.
I mean bad. So I'm going to take a little bit out of this because it's quite a heavy pour for this size glass. And the other thing we're going to do...
Now, mine needs a name.
Is have a little fun.
I'm going to call it...
And top with some bubbles.
Oh, wait, I want bubbly topper.
There you go.
Didn't realize that was in the offing.
Kill the bubbles.
Oh, well.
You got to kill the end of the bubbles sometime. And I'm going to add a twist. And there we go. So I've modified the Jack Rose by giving it some bubbles on top. You can take literally any sour that's just a real standard sour, 2 ounce base with your sour, with your sweet. Shake it up, get it cold, pour it on the glass, and top with bubbles. And I think that'll improve everything. It's just a little, like, finger work.
I'm going to call mine...
Everything gets improved that way. Unless you don't like bubbles. That's up to you. That's really nice.
Bourbon spiced pear.
Mm-hmm. So that's actually a very simple trick that we use all the time, is just give it a little. And I tell you, there's sometimes where we'll just make a standard Mai Tai. Standard Mai Tai has a pretty accepted formula, the one from Trader Vic. Don't try to make the one that he made originally. That rum isn't available now forever. Just make it with some good quality aged rum. But the other ingredients are really simple. You make it together. It's a pretty simple sour itself. You get into a glass, a ton of ice. Got to use a lot of ice in there. You can garnish that with your pineapple stick. Sure, why not? Cherry, why not? It's not going to kill anything. Don't put any grenadine in there. It doesn't belong. And then when you're done with that, it might be like a little kind of heavy on the tart. Throw little bubbles on top of that. Sometimes a little seltzer, sometimes a little cava. Why not? It's kind of fun.
Everything is better with bubbles, Amy.
I put bubbles on Mai Tais. People look at me like I'm insane. I'm like, yeah, have you tried it? It's kind of great, you know? It's easy. Bitters too.
Lisa says, I felt for you guys the foamy eggnog. Again, we need to see what's good. Yeah, don't do the cola one.
And you know, one of the purposes of this here show right now, folks, is that when we see something that looks hideous, we think, you know, you might be looking in your local cookbook and say, oh, I'd like to try that. And you try it and you're like, that's awful. And you've just wasted all this time. We'll do that for you.
Errol, yes. when the recycling picks up our bottles. It's so loud.
Yeah, because the truck comes by with these automatic arms that grab it and are like dump, and it's just like
bin is really deep. That's the thing. Like they gave, like sometime within the last year, they gave us new bins.
So there's these
and they're super deep. So like you can't drop your empty bottles in there without it going like crash.
I have broken bottles by not being careful putting them in the bin. You really have to. I think it's like a 60-gallon drum. It's
hilarious.
Pretty intense. Okay, getting the hiccups here.
Uh-oh.
Better take it easy.
Uh-oh.
But things have improved because, we've done some very good nogs. I like the nog that I made right off the bat. That was just, Santa's nog. It's a simple thing, slightly sweet. It involves no sugar outside of the maple sugar because that is the maple syrup. I think it's a really good note for that. And you shake it up, fresh milk, fresh eggs. It tastes like a really nice nog. It's a little less dense than a lot of eggnog that you might have, interestingly enough.
Oh, Lisa says, I love you guys. Isn't comical how you save us from literally our Mr. Demise?
I would like to do that. If I can hand you anything in the world, it's like, don't do that. Like that drink is terrible. Don't freaking do that. Slow, comfortable, screw up against the wall, like one of our latest disasters.
You just gave me a chill up my spine.
Is a terrible, stupid, idiot drink. Don't even go there. I will say that because we made it and it was horrible. And I was like, why is this even available? Why does somebody have this? People go to bars and they have something called a kamikaze. It's basically just this vodka sour shot, and you slug one down, then you have 10 more. Bad idea.
It's
just have a Mai Tai.
Sweet.
Jeez, just have a friggin' Mai Tai.
It's just not balanced well. Like, ugh.
I see these things that are foisted on people in bars and think, that's stupid, that's stupid, that's stupid. Don't do any of that, Margarita is a very simple tequila sour. Why can we go wrong? When it's neon green, that's your first mistake. But you make it yourself
it's like nuclear waste.
Out of a reposado tequila, fresh lime juice, and like a really good triple sec salt rim if you like it. Come on. How can you go wrong? You can make it frozen if you like, not a problem.
I was going to say something so pertinent, and now I can't remember.
Oh, give it a second. You'll come back. We've had some pretty terrible Mai Tai. Yeah, we've had terrible Mai Tais. I certainly have. We've had some pretty terrible margaritas in our time. And I think, it's three things. How could you go that far wrong? Come on. I know you could buy a bottle that says margarita and just get it cold and pour it, but you can mix that yourself out of fresh ingredients. It's so much better. There you go. I just squeezed a lemon and we made 2 drinks out of it. Bang. Easy.
It's good.
A little bit of the lemon peel. Good idea. You can squeeze a little bit of that lemon.
Yeah, neon green. That's
done.
why I want a new version of a melon ball.
Oh yeah, I hear it. We'll look into that. There's also something called a bocce ball, which I believe involves the amaretto.
That's kind of too sweet, too.
That is the kind of thing that I can imagine is just sickly sweet.
Yep.
I bet we can improve it.
Mm-mm.
We're going to have to, goose it up a bit, but I bet we can improve it. Yeah.
A new rich version. Yeah, I'm thinking like some juice. Yeah.
Fresh juice.
Melon ball.
Could definitely improve things. If it involves orange, if you squeeze the orange, that
I'm feeling
would not be a bad idea.
A melon liqueur that isn't just scary.
Yeah. Isn't just sweet, sweet, sweet. We made a melon liqueur.
We did.
A few years back, and we still have a lot of it. And I used it recently, and the flavor was great. And that was just made out, I believe you just made that out of cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe, yeah.
Yeah. You just infused it, you extracted the flavor, and then bottled it.
Oh, pear juice, that would be good too. Yep.
It was a good idea. You can get like a commercially squeezed pear juice, and you can probably make your own pretty easily.
Lisa's been watching us 4 to 5 years now. Thank you.
Oh, that just touches the heart. It's marvelous.
Oh, okay. Elizabeth, it's funny you should say this. What is the worst sin, a bad Mai Tai or a bad margarita? Margarita is so simple. How could you mess it up? Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the margarita because it's slightly simpler.
I just have to interject real quick.
Yeah.
In the Velveteen Lounge Kitchen VIP room on Facebook, which if you're not in the VIP room, please come join the VIP room because the posts are so much fun.
They're a lot of fun, pretty hilarious. We have some regular correspondents. I believe Amy is in the VIP room, and she's with us tonight.
A lot of everyone here is in the VIP room, I think.
Lisa, yes.
Yeah, so of course. So anyway.
Want to be a VIP?
The VIP room.
You have to answer a few questions.
I posted a recipe I found while going through my cookbooks for a wine Mai Tai.
Oh,
it
boy.
was so bad.
We didn't try it, but it is not good.
Oh my gosh, Demetrio says my aunt used to make what she called an Italian margarita, swapping the tequila with amaretto. Huh.
Well,
I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking that might not be the worst thing ever.
Except that amaretto is a liqueur.
Well, yeah, it's not. Yeah,
you're swapping a liquor for liqueur, so you're immediately sweetening it up for no good reason.
But if it's sweet, but then you have the lime juice.
Here's a better idea.
That would help.
Keep the base instead of using the sour you were going to, the sweetener you want to use, which is triple sec. Use the amaretto. Oh, bang! You're swapping one for one, exactly the same proof and exactly the same sweetness. That'll work. But if you swap out the tequila for you're just getting the sweet mess. I can't imagine that being good. No offense to your aunt.
But I'm thinking, but with the lime juice, if you're not looking for a booze base, because some people just sip amaretto. So, instead of sipping amaretto
over ice cubes, will cut some of the sweetness, and it's just a sweet thing.
But if you
dessert.
shook it with ice and lemon juice, I'm just saying that we made worse drinks tonight.
We made worse, but you don't have a liquor base to that like you do with a margarita. You think you want to have something that is 80 proof as your base. Like you wouldn't sub Sambuca either. It's a liqueur. You need to find something that's like an Italian liquor.
About this.
You need to find like an Italian liquor that's the base of that. That would be the thing.
We respectfully disagree on the horrible.
You could sub an Italian brandy. There are some great Italian.
Oh yeah, Liquor 43. Yep.
Liquor 43. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth says wine Mai Tai. Ew, it was so bad. It was like wine, fruit punch, and orgeat. There was nothing fresh in it. It was just God. Ugh. Oh, so
that would look terrible. And inspired by that, I found a really terrible Mai Tai and posted it. And then I made it and posted the picture of it and tried it, and it was bad.
Demetrios is saying maybe that's what she did, swapping the triple sec. That would work.
There you go.
I could see that.
Oh, there you go. Absolutely.
That would work.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If you just do that as a sub, you're actually getting kind of close to a Mai Tai with that because you've got that amaretto flavor, that almond flavor. Mai Tai actually involves orgeat almond flavor.
But a margarita involves tequila.
Yeah, tequila.
This was an Italian margarita.
The tequila with the amaretto, and it's like I would call that an Italian margarita in a second. If you were trying to make it even more so, and punch it with, say, Italian brandy, you're not changing the profile of it too much.
No.
That works as well too. But that's fun. Yeah, try that out. That sounds good.
Try that out. Try it out. Report back.
Well, swapping liquor for liqueur, it's going to get ridiculously sweet, and you're going to go, wow, that's unbalanced.
I'm just saying that if you're going to
changing liqueur for liqueur, of course you can do that.
I'm just saying if you're going to sip a sweet liqueur, you could shake it with ice and add lime juice, and that would probably help it.
But if you're going to actually
make
a cocktail, it's a base and a sweetener and a sour and bitters. That is your big four right there. So that's,
Oh, okay, Lisa, VIP room. So if you go to our Facebook page, I'm going to look right now. I need a new tab. You go to our Facebook page.
Can I have one more tab?
Shut up. Shut up.
Paging Tom 5. Paging Tom 5.
If you go to... Can I scroll? Oh my gosh.
We're getting the the subtitles.
What are the subtitles on?
They love to give us
those off. This
subtitles.
is so stupid. Okay.
Just actually read. Can I have one more time? I may be getting goofy, but I'm still standing, and we're making good drinks. You know,
it won't let me scroll. So if you go to our Facebook page and look under groups, there's the Velveteen Lounge Kitchen VIP room. Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry to have to give you a really complicated process. It's not helping us.
I was
tonight.
trying to go there and
yeah.
find it, and I can't scroll because
VIP room has some entrance requirements. They're really simple. We're just trying to keep. Honestly, we're just trying to keep the yahoos out so people like you can actually be in the room and enjoy it. All you have to do is answer the
questions, and they're really simple. Like, what's your favorite drink?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We just don't want any noise in there because you deserve better than that.
Exactly.
That's basically it. It's a refuge from a lot of this junk, and it's just people talking about crazy mid-century stuff and drinks and some things which you think, wow, that's a stupid atrocity. It's hilarious.
Paul has a PhD in cocktail chemistry.
Yeah, we try these things, you know. I have a degree in science.
I have a master's degree in science.
Dr. Science. Dr. Science was part of the Duck's Breath Mystery Theater, and we've heard a couple of segments from Dr. Science, which are pretty hilarious. That was a radio show back in, I think, the early mid-'80s. Yeah, I have one album that was representative of them. Sounds an awful lot like the Credibility app. So.
Oh yeah, you could get on Facebook and just not really spend much time on Facebook.
If you get on,
ask me how I know.
If you get on and only visit like 2 groups that you like and ignore all of the rest, well, that works.
And you could use an alias if you like.
Yeah, you could do that. Sure. Yeah,
oh, Amy, thank you. Amy posted the link.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it in YouTube too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Amy.
Much appreciated.
That was very helpful.
Some of our audience is more adept at these technical details than we are while we're mixing 12 drinks.
Exactly.
Of which we appreciate. And Amy
I'm going to go post it
is frequently on the ball. So I will call that out because she is. So.
All right. It is shared.
Done. There you go. That's the Vippy.
The Vippy.
And that's the thing to do.
Vip just makes me think of...
Oh, yes. Vip.
Which one was that? Rock Hudson, Doris Day.
Doris Day picture where they come up with Vip. And Vip is the thing that gives you like vim and vigor. Of course, apparently what it was an alcohol pill. I'm like, you put booze in a pill. Okay, yeah. Those were the 60s, and those were the goofy movies that they made. Yeah. Vip.
Lover Come Back.
Mm-hmm.
Vip.
Martin Melcher. And trying to think of Stanley Krushen was the scientist who came up with Vip.
I'm Julia Summer Miller, and physics is my business.
You gotta love these things. We're getting into like some serious science, for which I can say I should rephrase that as science.
Science.
So, and you know what I'm talking about, which is hilarious. Science is nothing to be afraid of course, because we just mixed things here. We indulge in scientific experiments all the time called cooking. Hey, it works, right? There you go. Usually. We just indulged in a scientific experiment with cola and egg whites, which was horrible. So we can tell you, don't do that.
Well, the funny thing about the cola eggnog was, vitamin and Vegemin. Yes, exactly. When I first tried the cola eggnog, I thought, this just tastes like cola. But it probably sat there for 7 minutes. I was like, this is horrible. Like, it took no time for it to just devolve into ugh.
To get, like, really, really bad.
Yes. She blinded me with science.
I mean, I have a new standard about terrible drinks, and that standard is, in fact, the slow, comfortable screw up against the wall. Let me say that again. I don't have to say that again. It's a terrible, terrible idea. It's a great, like, dive bar name for a drink, and then you try it, and it's terrible. Terrible. So bad. some dive bar drinks are pretty simple. It's a Boilermaker, which is what? It's a shot in a beer. Oh, okay, I can understand that, sure. But then you like come up with this complicated thing, and the flavor profile is god awful. Why did you do that? I'm questioning who came up with that. You know why?
Tisk tisk.
We do it so you don't have to. So I recommend you don't, and don't do Eggnog.
Well,
whatever you do. But if you want to, I mean, hey, it's up to you.
Proceed with caution.
Yes, really.
I'm
Experiment.
not going to tell you what to like, but proceed with caution.
If you make it according to formula, it will be bad. If you want to improve it, good luck.
It will be bad.
I'm not going to do that. I believe it cannot be done. So I'm not going to waste my time. But hey, you know.
Is it that time?
Well, it's about that time. We had some great fun with people this week.
Did.
Eggnog.
Got so many good ideas for upcoming videos.
Sounded like a good way to get really heavy drinks and go, wow, that was horrible. But you know what? 3/4 of what we made was really great. The fresh eggnog in your shaker is a very easy thing to do and is fantastic.
And the ice cream, which was just like ice cream and booze, worked great, and it tasted really good, like an eggnog.
Tastes like an eggnog.
Just FYI. Oh yeah, root beer nog. Yes, I was saying root beer nog. Yes, like Bob Newhart.
Like Bob Newhart. Boom,
yes.
Done. Boom, done. Yes.
So you're saying don't get too excited about the cola nog. I'm saying that. I'm saying that. 17 magazine should have been the warning. Exactly. Oh, pumpkin nog. Yeah, you can buy pumpkin nog. That sounds amazing.
Let me put it this way. We made pumpkin ice cream last week on the air. You were here. You saw it. If you were to take pumpkin ice cream and put some booze in it and just shake it up like you just did with a vanilla ice cream, that would work.
Thank you. Eric says, thanks for abusing your palate and your expense for our entertainment.
I try. I really try.
Oh, okay. Karen says, "Oh, put my eggnog fudge recipe in." Oh, okay. Thank you.
You've made that before.
Eggnog fudge. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll try that.
I'm here for that.
Marvelous, marvelous. Listen, we will try things so you don't have to. And I will say that I don't care how horrible it looks. If it has sort of a recognized formula and maybe even a recognized name, and say, I'll try it out. And if I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, this is dishwater, I think to myself also, maybe I can improve it, and I will try. And if I can't, then it's just going to go to clean the sink, because that's just hideous.
Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm so glad you were here.
Yeah. Please. Because look, the base of this was not horrible drinks. The base was eggnogs. Eggnogs made fresh in your shaker, in your blender. Like a basic, you can make a single-size eggnog with some milk, some cream, a little bit of sugar, the egg, some booze.
Or just a
blend it up.
Scoop of ice cream.
If you want to make it really stupidly simple, vanilla ice cream in your nog. Give it a good stir. It starts to melt up a bit.
Yeah.
You're done.
I feel like that was the happy discovery of the evening.
It is all of the ingredients that you were about to put into your eggnog. Oh, how about that? You don't have to buy the carton of stuff that says eggnog to make an eggnog.
And if you drown it in booze, like the first round we made, it's like, who could even tell?
Who could tell? This is the kicker.
It was a lot of booze.
For you folks watching who have food sensitivities, you can't do dairy. Reminder, there's a lot of lactose-free dairy on the market.
Jameson and eggnog with a little grated orange peel. That sounds good.
Well, I happen to have some Irish whiskey right here called the Velveteen 69. Now, this is really good. No shade on Jameson. I would do that in a minute. But this is a promo bottle. I have to announce that again because this was provided to us free of charge, so we are promoting it. But it's good. Can buy it, but it's really nice and super smooth, deceptively smooth. I'm telling you. Warning. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's good. That's a nice product. And every bottle that you buy in the market supports your local military. So there you go. That's a killer. So what else can I say about all of these nogs and whatnot? Make it fresh. Make it fresh. It's good. if you, I was talking about dairy free or whatnot. You can do.
Oh yeah.
You can do the reduced lactose dairy and be fine. You can do the coconut milk and be fine. You can do the almond milk. There's coconut milk, almond milk, which is a really good idea. That is completely dairy free, and also vegan. You can do oat milk.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
You can probably do oat milk. Oat milk, I remember trying this year, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
that's a big thing these days.
You could try all of them.
You could do what else? And if you're okay with the dairy products and you want to do this with shelf stable products, the coquito is a fun idea. This is how to make in the tropics when like milk is going to spoil. What do you got? Condensed milk, so like evaporated milk, coconut milk, all this kind of thing. Evaporated milk, blah, blah, blah. Mush mouth over here. Put all this together, put that with eggs, and yeah, there you go. It's a fairly simple thing to do that is quite nice from the holidays.
Really good.
It's like just Puerto Rican classic.
I remember, like, was it right before
rum? Hello.
Was it Christmas 19? It was
before
the pandemic.
I think so.
Every party we went to, we just took a bottle of coquito.
You made a whole huge batch,
I
and
did.
we were just taking bottles to people, and people were really loving it. It's simple and good, and that is the basis of a lot of great eggnogs. But if you're having a party, if you can do such things.
Sheridan, I want this recipe.
And you're interested to serve some eggnog, go to your cookbook and find eggnog for 20 or whatnot. And just beat up a bunch of eggs, egg yolks, egg whites separately, and just put it together. The fresh eggnog is the best you'll ever have. Guarantee you. Don't forget to booze. So.
All right. So.
We've tried the Khalifa, and I thought it was very good. So.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
Please.
Yes.
It's been fantastic.
This has been so much fun.
We're here to show you
more eggnog in this evening than I think I had all holiday season last year.
We're here to show you a little fun on a Wednesday that involves a particular theme. And when we go for creamy drinks, this could descend into beach drinks so fast, but it didn't. It's all about the eggnog. Remember that we are doing this show out of our own resources. To support the show, you can do some fun things.
Oh, thank you, Karen. I'm excited. Yay.
You can buy towels. We have some towels for sale.
That's true.
We have the maroon model, and we have, it's very hard to see, the teal model. Looks black, it's actually teal. This is our standard towel, standard bar towel. It's actually full size.
It's upside down.
It has a cotton side that actually is very absorbent. It's really good. You can buy this by 1s and 2s on our site. And you could also patronize us on Patreon. Several people are already patrons, which is good. We don't have a single in back.
Yes, thank you to our patrons. We don't. Next week. Our Christmas record.
Our Christmas record is suddenly very.
Oh look, we're getting spammed.
Target.
Hold on.
Really? Okay, cute, but
find
stupid.
your love here.
I will not find my love there.
Sorry, but I have to remove your spamming.
Your spamming bleep.
Unwanted content. Oh, hold on. Boy, I just get to the end and I have to start moderating.
The final 5, and suddenly we're doing this business.
Report.
Hey, sorry about that, folks. Suddenly there's like some.
I'll call it pornography this time.
It's pornography. Yeah.
Anyway.
Wants to invade our channel. We're talking about eggnog.
Remove.
Seriously?
All right, good.
Anyway, the final thing, of course, is that we still have our 45 for sale. That's us.
Oh, he went and found it.
That's Glennie. This is a hard cardboard sleeve. This is pink vinyl. And there's a download code. This is serious. When we want to talk hardcore, this is serious hardcore Christmas. 2 original songs. We sing, Glennie sings. For you, you can download it too. Fantastic. Would be great on your jukebox.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dimitrios. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
All is available for sale. Let us know if you need any details.
And we even got a spammer at the end.
That's how you support us.
Anyway, that was fun.
Cute. Real cute.
That was cute. If you need your love, sorry I blocked them, so better luck next time.
Folks, it's been fantastic to talk to you for a couple hours on Wednesday. So glad you can join us.
We look forward to this.
As always, keep safe, watch out. Any drink issues, send them our way.
Yes, please.
We'll work on a melon ball. We'll see what we can do with that. It's one of those things which I think is a little sweet when you get it in a place, and maybe we can make it more balanced. I think we could do that. It's not that hard. Pretty good flavor profile, you know, could be done. Wherever you go, whatever you do, be safe.